Monokuma? Is that you? Okay. Alright, so, welcome everybody to episode 6 of the Out of Pocket TCG podcast. I am Zechs, and joining me as always is my co-host, ZetaZephyr. Say hello, y'all.
Hello.
I just realized we need to find a day where Franz is free so he can come on and we could actually have a little kind of episode. I still forgot to update on that. Anyway.
How's Stitch Turbo doing?
Anyway, so on this episode, as you can see by the thumbnail, we have got a bunch of news that dropped in between last time and this time. Quite literally, news dropped the day afterwards, so that's even funnier. And we'll get to that. How it happens. But for now, we go to usual. How was the break in between, my boy?
Crazy, a nightmare. I don't know. Bunch of stupid stuff happened.
Well, we can start beginning.
I don't know, just workplace shenanigans. Mostly.
Listen here, man. You want to be Castle Beast? We gotta at least put in some work on like editing out content here.
I don't know. Just a lot of people getting a lot of things wrong and then getting mad at me for pointing things out. Which is stupid stuff.
The usual. You're not doing your job right. The person who does their job right says, "Hey, this was not supposed to happen." Gets blamed at for doing the job correctly. Yep.
Right.
Yep, I feel that.
And then literally right before this podcast started, I was like finishing watching Ultraman Arc.
Okay. Without spoilers.
When it's one of
Without spoilers, how was it?
The show in general? How's the best way for me to describe this? The parts are worth more than the sum. Like, there's a lot of really great banger, like, one-off episodes. But, like, the connecting tissue is a little eh.
I see. Well, I say I'll get to it, but I probably won't in a while.
We could just do a watch-along.
We could, but at the same time, I got another thing I'll talk about on my break. Segment to talk about as to why it will take a while.
Sure.
Alright, any card game stuff that happened?
I don't know. I restarted my Master Duel Masochist series.
Oh, yeah.
And even more brick than any of the other previous beginnings. It's kind of terrible.
It's called Masochist for a reason.
I pulled like maybe 0 summonable extra deck monsters. And barely an 1800 attack point monsters start things off.
Oh, sorry. My...
And no special summons. Nothing that can just special summon itself freely.
It'll get better.
It's hard mode.
Yeah, as the pile of the game continues to add up, like eventually, there'll be much more stuff flood into the pile.
Race against time.
This is why you just gotta pray that you grab any Cyber's card.
If you breathe, special summon every single Cyber's monster. I should kill that entire type. I'm done.
No, it's my favorite type. It's my favorite type.
I wonder why.
I'm sorry, man. Reigns has a special place in my heart, okay?
Alright. Man, that's sad.
What do you mean that's sad?
Man. Mid has a very special place in my heart. RF Zechs 2025.
I don't know, man. Consider you just got through watching mid yourself. I don't think you're the one to talk.
Hell.
And speaking of mid, I'm going to announce this early in the podcast now. So, like I said, like we always said, we're a primarily TCG podcast, but we also talk about other stuff as well. So,
Yeah.
next week, the week after, we are doing something I haven't even told Zeta. So, it's been 7 years.
Oh no, please no.
Yep. To try and get more viewers, we're going to finally do. I say finally like it's been planned for some time. We're going to do. I don't think that got caught up in the mic. It probably did, and still sounds terrible. Yeah. Next time will be the Darling in the Franxx spoiler cast.
God, why?
Not just the anime, but also the manga to explain why it's better than the anime. Because, oh boy.
Oh no.
Listen, I'm just glad. Listen, it's topical.
Just give me my Ultraman episode after that. I'm deserved something after Franxx.
You can have your Ultraman episode.
Woo!
Wait, hold on. What? You disappeared? You good? Hold on, let's see. So 34th is the Ultraman episode. Wait. Oh. Ooh, wait, actually. We gonna have to make it audible. We're gonna have to go back-to-back weeks, because we gotta go back-to-back weeks on Franxx and the Ultraman, because I've got something to do on the 14th, so I actually won't be around, so we have to do it a week early. So there we go. There's your schedule for the next 3 weeks. Break into Franxx, into Ultraman. That way, at least Zeta has a chance to get himself caught back up on Franxx, and I have time to hopefully at least get something Ultraman in my knowledge banks. Oh, I do have something to talk about with Ultraman on an episode. Surprisingly, I actually forgot about this. But I haven't done a 2025 media thread yet, so that's one thing.
Plus, we can do this. I think we can do an interesting thing for the Ultraman episode. Especially since you're like, not too familiar with it. I'll do like a bunch of have a bunch of questions for me and whatnot, and things could go off on it. Make it like a general primer, right?
Yeah, that would work.
Sweet.
All right, so on that note, is that everything else for your break time?
No, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, well, I've got some things to say. Firstly, I have been mistakenly found myself another thing to look at myself. I mean, what I'm trying to say. I bought more stuff.
What'd you buy?
I bought I went right before I went to locals last week. I went to the Target that's close by, because it's a Target all the way down in a total different city, quote unquote. It's really just like 15 minutes down the road, like on the highway. But I got it, and I finally saw in stock at the Target the Gundam EX from Requiem for Vengeance.
Nice.
So I picked it up. I didn't buy it originally, and I heard it's a really good kit, so I'm excited to one day put it up. And just went to the Hobby Lobby again, and they had the 40% off. So, I bought probably the biggest mistake I've ever done.
What?
I bought the Neo Zeon MSN-04 Mobile Suit ZetaZephyr Verka.
Oh.
The box is the size of over 2/3 of my desk.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah. Mm-hmm. Isn't it great?
I cannot fit this in my... I don't know how I'm able to fit this anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's kind of the point.
It's just like, dang, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I still got like still got like 3 to 4 Verkas sitting in my thing. And I still want to buy the double Zeta. I'm cooked. Speaking of cooked, I
think everyone needs to build a high grade Neo Zeon at least once in their life. It builds character.
builds character. Anyway, also
I mean, you're building a character.
Went to Walmart. Bought 4 things. Oh no! Wait. Let me talk about the games I actually did buy. Because I bought a few games. I bought all of the Uncharted series. So I got the Uncharted collection that had 1 through 3, Uncharted 4, and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Just cause I've got a secondhand store. I said, why not? They're saying it might, freeze next week, so might as well just get something to play in the meantime.
And I'm hoping it freezes next week. I can use some extra time off work.
Yeah, you can use that to watch Johnny and Frank's.
Funny.
I'm not laughing.
No, I totally remember the Franks. Totally.
Yeah, but do you remember the manga though?
No.
Exactly. Get to it. Anyway, no. I also got Grand Blue Relink finally a year later. Tales of Arise, which was on sale, and EA College Football 25, because I heard it's actually a good football game, and it's the first college football game in so long. So yeah, of course I would buy that. Also, picked up Volume 17 of Chainsaw Man. I found, surprisingly, a complete DVD set of Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Hell yeah.
And I finally bought a book I've been kind of looking for, but I haven't really seen it. Or rather, hadn't really been there. I bought the Jeanette McCurdy book. I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Nice.
Yep. So
good piece of literature.
So I plan to kind of read that eventually. After I find some way to make it through the first season of the big thing I bought. I bought the complete series of Babylon 5.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I was like, you know what?
Just describing every random thing in Walmart.
Yeah, basically just bought Walmart. I only really went in there because I was looking for any, see if they had stocked up early on Beyblades. That's really it. So I just went there. I was like, you know what? I've heard this series. I want to do it. I want to have a piece of media because it is Warner Brothers, and who knows how long it'll be around until they kill it. I don't even know it's even on HBO, to be honest.
So, well, I mean, they've removed all the shows. They're all gone.
Yep. They got rid of Teen Titans Go. If they got rid of Teen Titans Go, it's all gone. So yeah, I'm making it through. I'm still on, I still got one episode on the first disc. Which, so there's 4 in each disc, so I got 5 for season 1.
As a Megas XLR fan, I'm kind of glad everyone else is having to experience what we felt for 20 years.
I mean,
feels good.
does it really feel good? You know, everything's gonna burn to the ground.
We've already been watching the fire.
On that note,
Yeah.
so far, really good. I was pretty surprised. I was like, oh, you know what? They actually have some smart writing in this show. And smart writing in the show, good acting. Right now I think I'm trying to think what I'm say. I know a spoiler about something that happens in season 3. But that's only because I was interested in knowing what it was because I heard like an episode so good it beat out Star Trek at the Hugo Awards. And I'm like, oh okay.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember what was on there. Star Trek. What was? Let me look this up real quick. Yeah, it was the episode that was called Severed Dreams. Yeah, it won the Hugo Award in 1997 for Best Dramatic Presentation.
Oh, wow. It's a really good one-off episode, huh?
Yeah, one off.
Oh,
It was not a one off.
I know.
Let's see, Best Dramatic Presentation. It beat Star Trek First Contact. It beat Deep Space Nine's Trials and Tribulations, Independence Day, and Mars Attacks.
That's a pretty stacked list.
Yep. So like I know about it, but I want to see like how we get there, because
right. That's how I feel with spoilers. Like, cool.
Yeah, it was like already.
Can't wait to see how it builds up to it.
Yep. So I might have, hopefully, when we get to the Franks episode, I have at least finished season 1, and maybe gotten into a bit of season 2. All right. So that I also went to Vanguard Locals and in the past 2 weeks, and I tried both of the 2 top decks in the game right now, Reziel and Varga. Not Varga, Reziel and oh my goodness, I can't remember. Levidress, excuse me. Both Reziel and Levidress each a week. And I've come to the conclusion that Levidress is really good, but it's basically the equivalent of like early G Stride. If you're using like just the engine out of all the set, it is basically like a early G deck Stride deck.
Ooh.
Like where you're just like, yeah, no, you get to play the game post grade 3, but your grade 1 and grade 2 are the biggest like wet farts ever imaginable. You just do nothing.
Gosh.
It is now obviously there's like, you know, the generics that you could add in, but you can only really make room for one technically, which is the fighters, not the festival booster, the Stoicheia and Keter one. But like that's the only one. Outside of that, like you don't have a real early game to really play because all your cards require either an affinity marker or a Levidress. but you can't get till grade 3. Imperial, on the other hand, is a insanely batshit card that I'm like, yeah, no, I can understand if they were to ever be like, you know what, you can no longer play King Reziel or King Levidrus in the right deck. I completely understand because those cards should not be playable in the right deck. Like just going second.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of that though. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
having to like ride your main ride from deck and have the super powerful one like just in your pocket.
Yeah, but it's just like the amount of value that's just given because it's like, because one Imperial just says like put a card from hand, counterblast one, or put a card from hand to soul. So you could just like soul charge one and put out the tokens. And if you put the soul card you put in the soul was a Levidrus, you just straight up put another Barker, which means offensively you just get to hit harder. Defensively, you get to draw more cards.
And I feel like we'll be having this exact argument to right deck was back in OG Vanguard. Man, why are people allowed to put Dote in the right deck? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Too much.
I mean, I think the difference is more so that put that right deck. I don't know.
All right, Dote on command. Back then, all have a break loose.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's just thought I had. I'm just like, yeah, I can see why people were so upset with Levidrus, but I just say like if you're playing like anything that doesn't have a $20 generic in there, you're basically like a wet fire return. Reziel on the other hand, I think it's just probably is actually the real best deck because it didn't actually play like on turn 1 and 2, and has the power of turn 3, and can recycle triggers, and basically is playing on 7 life.
It's just Keter good stuff. Like, of course.
No, it's Keter good stuff, but like you could literally you could play anyway. I think you just work, right? Like for example, my current list is more so just kind of working on just turboing Reziels to hand because I mean shoot, I can use them.
Right.
And it just works out because I just thin out my deck, and I can and I have a lot more flexibility with what I discard because I can revive them on my attack phase, and if it's a crit, I can just put it back in the deck when I have Divine Skill. Like I just have a lot more flexibility with that deck, a lot more.
Right.
And I think I think the only thing that's left is more so kind of finalizing what I want to do for later. For something later, but aside that, like I just like Reziel a lot more, and Varga is an overpriced piece of trash. I say as I went week 1 and actually like opened the secret rare Varga in my prize packs. So now I've just got about $300 to sit in my binder, not knowing what to do with it.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered something.
What?
One of the other things from like in between podcast episodes.
Yep.
They announced a new Dokapon game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, time to Wooly to almost kill his friends again.
Well, I mean, as the Wooly of this podcast, you kind of got to find like 3 more victims.
I didn't say I was gonna play it.
You got to follow in the footsteps.
No.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a black man does not mean I gotta follow the footsteps of another black man. Wait. We're gonna stop that there. All right. So on to our main topic for today. So let us kind of pull up there. So a lot of news.
We're like one cancelable thing per stream, aren't we?
I hope not.
It seems to be a quota.
I don't think anyone's gonna cancel us. Like, bro, we literally just started a channel. We got five subs. Like, we ain't doing none. So we've got a lot to talk about in between the news. So, quite literally, as let me see, we'll check this loaded up. Okay, quite literally. Oh my goodness, my voice. Quite literally, after the podcast, a bunch of news started to drop one by one. So, but before we get to that, we kind of have to talk about. Bam. Let us talk about the current state of the Pokemon TCG in terms of the fact that people are losing their damn minds over Pokemon again.
Yep.
So, security concerns over Pokemon TCG Prismatic Evolutions prove valid as fight breaks out in stores over new set.
Gosh. How?
What do you mean?
I mean, I know how. It's just, why are we like this? Why are humans like this? What is it about Pikachu and Eevee that get people like this?
Well, what tripping? What is it? Okay. Well, you see, as I slowly move this around to make sure everything's good, I don't know why on earth it had that issue. We see the answer is simply money. Let's begin with the article from Screen Rant. Pokemon trading card game has released the Prismatic Evolution set today, but the launch isn't going well as low supply from scalpers have led to at least one physical fight breaking out in store. Prismatic Evolutions is the latest expansion of the popular 30-year-old card game, and its focus on gorgeous, vibrant art and Pokemon for both Gen 1 and the latest generation have made it popular among both collectors and TCG players. Unfortunately, the hype over the set has led to some behavior with many fans call out as simply bring. Oh my goodness! Ooh, I thought it was crazy. No, that was just Unfortunately, the hype over the set has led to some behavior that many fans call out as simply bring gross. No, that was a spelling error. A video of adults physically fighting over scarce boxes of the Prismatic Evolution set was uploaded by Reddit user the INTL to That's Insane subreddit. The chaotic scene joined many other uploads across Reddit and other social media showing people lining up outside stores, with some fans like Michelle689 arriving at GameStop a full 5 hours before the store's opening time for a chance to get a hold of the highly desirable cards. Alright, so the scarcity of the set in part is caused by a large influx of scalpers buying the card boxes in bulk and reselling them at a huge markup. One video shared to Reddit by Thick with the title "This Disgusting" shows one of the scalpers hoarding literal walls of the new set's elite trainer boxes, which they plan to resell for $160 each. The boxes are retailing for $59.99. At the time of this writing, boxes are available to buy on eBay and similar resale sites for around anywhere between $250 and $400. Anticipation of this level of demand for fans has caused many retail stores to set strict limits on a number of boxes that can be purchased at once, and even led to several smaller stores outright refusing to stock the cards out of concern for their safety. The scenes from Costco show that they may have been right to do so.
God.
Yeah, like that's one thing that kind of popped off like earlier, like late last week or earlier this week was there was a store that straight up said we're not selling the set. We just can't. We're afraid, and they're being completely validated right now.
Yep.
And it's crazy. The Pokemon Company has tried to maintain a good outward appearance, even uploading a video to the official YouTube channel announcing the set is available now. Comments are largely negative, many of which are a variation of claiming it should say sold out now instead. YouTube user Jacob Dalambo writes sadly, remember when collecting cards was just fun? Echoing the sentiment of many others in the comment section who simply want to enjoy the game or the art without having to fight for it or pay exorbitant prices for it. For its part, the Pokemon Company has issued a statement regarding the Prismatic Evolution set, acknowledging that they were aware of the issues and promising to print more cards to restock in the coming months, aiming to do so quickly and at maximum capacity. Although many fans are turning to the company to do something, fans will also have to do their part to make the experience less stressful for everyone. Many community members urge each other to be patient and wait for an official restock to punish scalpers by not buying from them, and to remember that at the end of the day, the Pokemon trading card game is just that, a game. So, what exactly made people lose their minds over Pokemon again? And well,
Right.
the answer?
Oh.
The answer is, well, simply, this. Wait, what did I hit for?
Yeah. Oh no.
Day 1 Umbreon EX price, 2K. And yes, it's real. We go to TCG player. Well, it's gone down to 1900, assumedly.
Still.
Nope, 2K at max. Oh god, Sylveon EX 634. So why is this set so pricey? The simple answer is high to low. The Eons, Umbreon, Sylveon, Leafeon, regular Eevee, Vaporeon, the Sylveon Master Ball pattern, the Master Ball pattern, like the Pikachu EX with the Hyper Rare, the like pretty much if you're an Eevee and a Pikachu, this is your set.
Yep.
And Eevee and Pikachu are two of the most popular Pokemon of all time. So of course they would be there. Oh, there's a Lacey old art. That's cool. So yeah, it's even crazy because like, man, this set when things sell down will be pennies on the secondary market.
Right.
Like that is how crazy it is. It's like, ooh. But it's still like the thing of like people just hoarding it and trying to sell it back. And it's like, guys, how did y'all not learn from post-COVID? That doesn't work. Like, you will make some money, but you won't make as much money as you think you are going to make. Like, it just won't happen. And it's just crazy to me that they still want to keep doing this. Like, sorry, go.
It sucks, man. Like, I think people want to. Like, there's so many people that just want to enjoy TCGs without being associated with this mess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I just want my beautiful Eevee card, okay? Like
I just want to open the car, maybe pull an Eevee, put it in a sleeve, and that's it. Not get shoved, kick in the face, have like sand tossed at me by like some 10-year-old kid trying.
Yeah, it's just again, it's like when I want to play a card game, I don't want to go to my locals or box store and potentially have to do Mortal Kombat.
Right.
And it's like, this is calm down, but all it took was a gosh dang Eevee, a Leafeon, this Umbreon, and a U to break all of that quickly. Like, I haven't even looked at the Pokemon meta, so I don't even know if these cards are even competitively viable like that. But
Probably
it's like,
not. No, probably the Eevee's probably like really good. Just guessing.
maybe, but it's still like, come on, dog.
Right.
Like, I know this is day one, so like this will go down, but it's still just crazy. We're back. We're back at it again.
Yep.
And now
There's no escape.
And it's just Eevee is on the thing. Imagine when we get to the trainer set, the trainer block, and it's like, oh man, you get popular Pokemon with popular character with a gorgeous alt art. Oh no. I fear for when they eventually reveal the Marnie one.
Right.
Like, heck, anyone from Sword and Shield, from Sun and Moon onwards, you're on your own, dog. I guarantee you, if they make a Hilda and Rosa card or something, oh no, you might just take that set off, dog.
Yep.
Like, just wait till later. Ain't no way you're gonna deal with that. You better pray it's Hilbert. You pray it's Hilbert or Nate. That's all you gotta say. Alright. What's next? So, we are going up until... Now we've talked about Pokemon. That's kind of like the main Pokemon thing. I don't want to talk about... I don't think there's anything to talk about with Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Nothing really major.
I don't know. Paul set the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community on fire again.
I mean...
But he does sound like every week at this point.
I mean, the thing with Paul, he's just saying things on his mind, right?
Right.
Like, it's not like he's intentionally trying to start fires. He's just like, hey, listen, I just think blank is not happening, or blank, we're missing this. Right? And it's like,
I mean, there was a bit of funny part of it.
And it's
that
like,
may well just be Joshua Smith getting stun locked by 6 channels for like 2 hours, completely missing the point.
I saw that. I'm
not
like,
about 6 cents.
I saw not just that. I saw the Farfa reply. I'm like, what the hell is going?
Bro, it is not about 6 cents.
Meanwhile, MBT took 20 minutes, and it's like, yeah, that's basically it. He's right. Okay, you know, that is a good discussion. We could talk about that. The freaking mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh player. Let me take the web capture over here. We can kind of like talk about that. So if you don't know what a mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh player is, according to Paul from Team APS, which is a primarily Yu-Gi-Oh channel, it is players who want to play more of their pet decks, like their favorite decks that have been around for a long time in a competitive landscape, but don't have a place to play it. For example, the whole stun line by Six Samurai thing is because he points out like Six Samurai, and MBT kind of points this out too, and I'll reiterate his point in a second. But he points out like Six Samurai. Six Samurai got support last set. That, you know, they got a couple synchros, they got a few new monsters, they got like 6 or 7 cards, right? That brought the deck up a bit. But with the way the game is, it made it a rogue deck, or I guess you could say like pseudo rogue, I guess you could say. But because of how um because of how just the meta is, like the top tiers are, they got a spell and trap negate, they got a going second like board breaker, they got 2 extenders, they got a pretty good like trap, they got a good spell, and it's like the difference is like, okay, that's cool. You still couldn't touch a Snake Eyes board at all if you tried, or a Fiendspit board. Like you were one of the best decks in 2013, and now you quite literally couldn't top a YCS unless like your pilot was an insane one, like the person who topped with Sky Strikers like a few YCSs ago. It's like you who's just kind of like average, who wants to play with their favorite deck, can't, like you who's average who can't play no, you the general you,
yep,
playing your favorite deck, you've played it for a long time, you know the ins and outs, can go to locals and get stomped by a worse player, an arguably worse player, playing a deck like Ryzel or Malice, because the cards are just better.
right.
Like sometimes, like yeah, I can win, I can do it. I found a great combo, and it's like you still just lose because they just do stuff better.
And all this cool legacy support and nowhere to use it.
Yeah, it's like that's the hilarious part. Like you look at the fact that ever since Vrain's ended, we've been in the Go Rush and the Sevens era of
Right.
basically all the main sets are just nostalgia and retrains and legacy support as the main core thing. Like quite literally, Supreme Darkness is evil hero support.
What is old City 51?
Is evil hero support, more hero support. Like heroes have gotten more support constantly. Almost every time it's been a GX pack, it has basically been Elemental Hero or some iteration of a Jaden deck.
Like I'll be honest, I'm getting sick of hero soup. I'm getting sick of it.
I mean, yeah, it's like you have all that. Like I can count Ubel in there somewhat, but not really. Like take out Ubel, it's like you've gotten what? Has there been like 3 sets of support that have just been Neos related?
Yeah.
Or hero related? And it's like they're not a meta deck. We're wasting all the support on the archetype that is mid. Like Supreme Darkness, Neos is on the cover, and that deck could not top. That deck could not top in any capacity. All that stuff would probably go in the bulk bin, bro. Because even though it's good, like I still think those cards are good, they can't fight the top tiers. I don't think they can fight tier 2. That's how like insane just the level of power things are.
Yeah.
Or have been. So the whole point is like you have those players who don't really have a space anymore. It's like who are somewhat competitive but are usually like have the casual soul in them, right? And because of that, they just like, well, I can't play because the meta has just been. We basically spent a whole year in a meta so cracked out. Like it was like back to back to back borderline tier 0 formats. Not calling them tier 0, but borderline.
Borderline.
And that's just after we came off to another borderline tier 0 format last like 2023 that had Kashtira, and probably one of the greatest decks of all time to a tier 0 format in Tier Element.
Yeah.
We went from an actual Tier 0 format to basically 4 Tier 0 formats in a row, with give or take 1 or 2 that were just fine.
It's too much.
It's like, I like the Deed Bellstar lore, but if I had this, and obviously I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! There, but I can only imagine the player who went to locals every week trying to upgrade their pet deck and then having to fight Snake Eyes almost every match and still trying to find a way to beat it with like a 6 Samurai before and after support. At a certain point, you're just like, I had enough. I can't do it anymore.
No.
So, I mean, that's also...
Like, imagine all those Gen X players were like, man, I can't wait to normal summon Gen X. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you made one of the best ones of all time, but the problem is Gen X quite literally cannot extend past that point.
Right.
Like, if that thing gets veilered or impermed, you're basically sitting on controller pass.
It is a deck built on paper. Yeah. And there's no room for it.
Yeah, it's like the only...
Anywhere.
Yeah, I've watched was it the Laws 2024 recap, and I'm like, holy hell, bro. Like, the fact that Atlanteans and Ritual Beasts were even playable at any point of this year is crazy. Considering just how many, like, Millennium 2, it's like Millennium, like, I think only like 3 real like archetypes that were released this year were strong enough to make it. And by that I mean like pretty much anything from Diablo Star Lore, Fiendsmith, and then Diablo Star Lore, Fiendsmith, and then Rizal of Malice. I mean, more so Legacy support that just barely made it.
Right.
It was basically like a 4, like top for so long, and it's like after we got through 2023, which is another top, and it's like 2025. I don't know, man.
No, it's Rizia. Whatever crazy nonsense they pull out in the back half of the year, as always.
Yeah, it's like we just finished the Bellstar War, so we're gonna have another archetype coming out.
That's gonna last for like another 2-3 years.
So like,
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, it's like
I'm sick of lore archetypes that won't die. Like, at least World Legacy had the mercy of being a bunch of different decks that didn't all keep getting support endlessly.
I mean, I think the difference is World Legacy was not the primary thing, right? World Legacy was not strong enough on release.
Right. It was like 8 different decks.
Like, World Legacy was more so just like you had the world was it the World Chalice, which was just an okay like starter deck for like people getting into Yu-Gi-Oh with links. Then you had crawlers. Then you had Orcust, Mech Knight,
Guard Dragons. Which is totally balanced. It like pure, like
pure is there, but the problem is everywhere else it literally created thing, right? But it's like the point is like you had all this stuff, but then you had like people who were fans of the anime, and if you were a fan of Reigns, like the first season of Reigns, and you were basically living because like that was your time. Like 3 decks in that era, in Reigns era, were meta at some point in time. Altergeist, Trickstar, Goki, Rockets. Meta at some point in time in there. And you were like, yeah, that's great. Obviously, Trickstars kind of got hit so hard that they're kind of a nightmare now. I literally played Trickstars, and I'm just like, like when I'm allowed, I think Trickstar is a good thing. Let me talk about Trickstar. Trickstar has some of the pretty good cards, but it really does depend on you getting a fusion on board to extend. None of the other Trickstars really extend like that in the extra deck. I mean, which good, but also as a link archetype is also just kind of funny. Like, it's just like you have to rely on a fusion to extend, which means you have to open up Trickstar. What was it? Hobbity? You have to open up like one of the purple Trickstars to make sure you get your fusion card on board, and at least the festival, because otherwise you just kind of don't do anything. Right, like you have to open up so many pieces to do so. Meanwhile, it's like, oh, normal summon Alice in Wonderland, and just like play through 3 hand traps into a low to the ground decent board that could still like make people from 2008 look like what happened to the game I love. So it's like,
and then like what, Rain Season 2 comes along, it's like, anime only.
Salmon Great, more rocket support, Borload Savage Dragon.
Yep, and then anime only.
Adagnister. Code Talkers become a thing. Like, so many cool things about those like archetypes that, semi-casuals love happen, and now they're barely exist anymore. Either because they've been power crept to an enormous extent, or their cards have been gone. Because they got, hit on the ban list.
Yep.
So the point is, like, the whole thing is like, well, now Yu-Gi-Oh! Is losing players to, all the other games. And that's kind of start the whole debate. It's like, are we losing players? Are we not? Are we gaining more players? And, well, I mean, the key difference here is the fact that the Tactical Tri decks did not come out in the TCG. That was like, that's a banger right there. But instead, we're dropping a Blue Eyes structure. I mean, we're only adding the Blue Eyes structure now. We went all last year without an actual structure deck, even though the OCG gave you 3 great ideas on a silver platter. You just have to change it a little bit.
And by change, I mean, yeah, change a little bit, get rid of all the money cards, drop in another MST in there,
Shoot, even then, that's fine. Like, I still think, like, it's so crazy to think about, like, all these cards that were, like, so crazy, right? Like, freaking Dark Hole, Raigeki, Monster Reborn, MST. Now it's like you don't see play because the one thing is you can't search it.
Can search it. Oh wow, that's a nice 1-for-1 trade. Completely useless. It says to go plus an advantage all the time. Wow.
Like I just think about the Sky Striker Kaiju. I'm just like, that card is only played in the deck at best in the sideboard because you can use Engage to search it out. And even then, it's like, but why?
Right.
So the point is, Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels like it's going to lose, is going to lose those players, those mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. Which I think then kind of people have like had the issue of, yeah, we agree, like, I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Or basically like kind of taking an indefinite hiatus because the game is just not at a state where I feel I can have fun, where I feel like thing, even though they've been basically pumping out these sets full of nothing but legacy support.
Right.
Again, what was Rage of the Abyss, Sharks, Supreme Darkness, Heroes. Again, they started off, they literally put in the next set Ancient Fairy Dragon cards. They gave Ancient Fairy Dragon support. And it still won't be enough to make that deck actually a thing. One, because another reason is probably because they never gave that deck any support at all for about 15 years. It's like, oh man, this is a cool start 5 years ago.
Man, the second they drop another like digital bug or card, everyone's gonna be like, wow, would have had this 16 years ago.
I think that's those things. Like, there's so many archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh that you just kind of go, there's no way to support all these cards in a way that makes them all in a competitive scene and add new archetypes.
I'm so starving for more hero support. You gotta look, man. I'm starving. I need more elemental hero and blue eye support. You gotta take up all the legacy slots, man.
I think it was also going on to that MBT point. He said, he put out his video, and I kind of agree with him. It's like they gave out this legacy support that adds a new way to play the deck at some point. And in a way, he thinks, these not being meta might be good because they either turn into a unkillable board that just won't, that's hard to break, an FTK, or a super stun deck. For example, Arcana Force just became a stun deck that literally is like, turn skip.
It was always a stun deck. The second they released Dorado.
Yeah, but now it's a stun deck that can actually do the stun stuff. Six Samurai, like I forgot what reel he said it, but it's like he put it best. Like, Six Samurai can put up a really cool end board, an actual interesting, fun end board. But it doesn't matter, because why would you do that when it has the ability to FTK and just do that better? Because you'd rather just FTK than play the game.
I feel very good point of comparison for this.
What?
Freaking Gimmick Puppets literally lives and dies on the FTK.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Gimmick Puppets are always kind of like an FTK like deck. They were a burn deck. Just they got consistent.
Right.
It's kind of like think the decks that ended up becoming like competitively viable were probably because they already had some sort of toxic trait in the support just fed into that.
Right.
I mean, for crying out loud, Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is literally the only reason Branded still was seen as competitively viable for so long.
Yes.
So that's the thing. So that's one whole thing, and I kind of agree with that. It's like when it's like it's been 30 years. This game has never had like a moment of like kind of like a Vanguard or Magic or Pokemon where it's like they've just said, you know what, starting from this block onwards, all cards from here are playable, all cards are not. All those previous cards are not playable, but they're playable in a different format, or
right,
made a lot more like general cards. Speaking of general cards, that also reminds me, another issue that probably made the mid-core player kind of go down was, in fact, just, I think we put this earlier in the podcast together. It's like how just the current state of TCG like releases are, and by that I mean, we have this very good generic staple that you can put in your deck to help you. It's a secret rare. It costs $50 to $100 at best now. Foros, the Dominus traps, right? Like some like you can talk about when Ash released, that was like an $80 card. When people realized, oh wait, no, Ash actually is insane.
And like, it doesn't have to be this way.
No, it doesn't. It never had to be this way. But they have not, like, this is another Team APS thing, because they were talking about this with in their podcast, talking about when they went to Bandai Card Fest, about Digimon beginning the process of becoming a simultaneous release. And it was like, why doesn't Yu-Gi-Oh do that? That would help a lot of this issue of like people can actually try out cards without having to wait 3 months until the set release. But we already know what's already good in the set, so there's no point in really just kind of like having that discovery period doesn't happen.
No.
I mean, it's kind of the same with Vanguard, but I feel it's much less different because Vanguard, at its core, has like built-in mechanisms. So it's like, yeah, you can still do that discovery period.
I mean, and like the Vanguard, like, I don't want to say there's less room for experimentation. Okay, there is, but like, decks are already kind of built like fighting game characters.
Yeah. It's true. So
you're just waiting for the next DLC announcement, fighter. It's like, all right, cool, neat.
Or you're waiting for it's like a mix of like you're waiting for patch notes or the next DLC. It's like, all right, you get a buff here, you get a change here. This might help you out.
Right, here's here's 5 new fighters in this DLC set. Yep.
Or like, here you go. Here's a new version of your fighter.
Yep.
Like what's gonna happen next week? Because oh yeah, I forgot. Also, got to talk about. We'll talk about at the end, but we still gotta do the Divine Season 1 and 2 recap review, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3.
I was like watching the subs for like season. I was like watching the subs for episode 2, like at the start of the podcast while we were talking. Well, I'm doing my homework on the spot.
Okay.
Oh, you never done your homework in class? Everyone's done at least once.
I mean, I also just do it the day of and just don't deal with it.
Sure, same.
I did my work. That's how I got into a college.
Yep.
We will not talk about what happened after that, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make is like, we have the whole $100 staple. Then it gets reprinted. Then it gets reprinted again. And it's finally available. Then it's reprinted to the point of it's basically now available for everyone.
And then it gets hit.
For example, the fact that Borreload Savage and Bro on the Floor and Appaloosa all got reprinted to basically oblivion. And then got banned. Like, almost like
nice.
Immediate next ban list within reason.
Nice 25th anniversary, bozo.
Yeah. It's like, again, are these cards justified in their banning? Yes, they're very powerful cards 100%. that needed to go. But you just hold a lot of your player base who either pay for that stuff earlier at the $100 mark, and the player base that waited until they were finally accessible to the people in a reasonable manner.
Now literally just wasted all their time.
Yeah, especially, I think, the more I thought about it, the more I think they're right with the whole OSS ban. It's like, Snake Eyes finally became affordable. And you banned the card that not only made Snake Eyes the meta thing it was, because pretty much like after OSS, most of the Snake Eyes kind of just fell off, but also strengthen other decks that had like fire decks. We all talk about Fire Kings, Rescue Ace, freaking Volcanics. So many decks kind of needed that bridge, and when you ban that bridge, you not only made people who waited for Snake Eyes to finally be cheaper, and you hurt the people who relied on that strategy to make their deck completely viable. Like you actually hit the mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh player, in spite of the fact that the card was already like this issue. And and that wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't happening over and over and over again to these very powerful and expensive cards. And it's just like, I give up. Why bother?
You know what's great?
What?
All it costs is dirty UR dust.
Shut the hell up. There's a whole different talk about how Master Duel has been doing these new archetypes, bro. Like, remember?
Yeah, but it's $100 in the TCG. Dirty UR dust in Master Duel.
But the problem is, bro, I'm not spending money in Master Duel.
You don't have to.
Like, I barely want to spend money in Duel Links. Which, by the way, that's let's have like a tangent about Duel Links.
Even bigger scam.
Duel Links is a goddamn mess right now. You sick of heroes? All the top cards are now heroes because they made it a actual skill that said if you discard a hero or a level 10 monster, you get to special summon either an armed dragon, a rainbow dragon, or a Neos onto the board for free. Oh, and then you add a polymerization and a super polymerization to hand.
Yay.
Like let me just... You can't just say, oh, let me just bypass the entire way Rainbow Dragon works for a discard, then grab a Neos, then just grab Super Poly out my deck for free. In a format which is quite literally, like, for a format that quite literally is so fast, it's like, bro, you only get one turn. Barely. In a fully, like, better things, like, yeah, and then you have to kind of set things up.
You know,
made worse by the fact that Rainbow Neos literally is Rainbow Neos. They also gave me a free Rainbow Neos, by the way, and structure that controls Arm Neos.
I kind of feel like Duel Links has almost kind of run its course.
Oh, without a despite there being so many like Yu-Gi-Oh characters left that could be there, it's like, what could you do at this point?
Like, credit the Vanguard Zero for saying, we're done.
I mean, they were done for a lot of other reasons.
I mean, yeah, but they also like found the most logical endpoint and said, yeah, this is perfect.
I mean,
end it here.
I will not hand it to them, but I will say I see your point. But yeah, the point is,
like, I don't want to see the V boot in Vanguard Zero, dude. No.
But like,
that would have been an unmitigated disaster.
See the V boot, bro. We didn't even see half a G. Half of those cards just did not exist.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get Tachikaze. We didn't get G Tachikaze. We only barely got one wave of Darkface. We didn't even get an alt art for. We didn't even get an alt art for gosh dang Loris. But for some reason they said in the JP server, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give a specifically different fight in alt art for Gavril as the last one. It's like, are you dead ass?
It's
But back to Duel Links. Like, yeah, no, it's literally just like Duel Links is pretty much just like actually like abyss right now. Again, and like
I don't think it was
at this
meant
point,
for anything beyond like synchros, maybe.
but like now at this point, the only reason you would really only open it is to play Rush
Restful.
Duel, because it's literally the only way you can do it.
Yep.
Like
I would pay so
there
much
are
money
just
for them.
people who just straight up just quit the Duel Links half because they just rather play Rush Duel.
I am begging them to put Russell and Master Duel, please.
And I'm just like upset because no, I can't have that, because if that happens, then there's no reason for Duel Links to exist, and that means I do not get my Vrain sequel. Let me have my Vrain
You're
sequel.
never getting your brain sequel.
Is in Duel Links.
You don't need the end of the brain sequel.
I do. Listen, I need my ship to get together, okay? I'm gonna be let me indulge in one thing.
They're just gonna say hi to each other, and Yusaka's gonna give a blank stare and fly off. And we're all just like, man, yeah, that's that Yusaku again. Wow.
Listen, man, I saw someone indulge on some freaky stuff involving Now and Senka and Cat Girls. Let me have my Yusaku Blue Angel ship, okay?
Inkimari is an anomaly, alright?
I wasn't going to say the name! Also, what do you mean an anomaly?
I was just shooting in the dark, man. I just guessed.
I'm like, there ain't no way. Anomaly said the exact person. Oh my god. I actually
you know I have to fire shots like every other episode.
You shouldn't say it. Okay. You know, I think we've run out of discussion for the big core thing at this point.
She's a great contribution to the Vanguard community.
Yes, she's a really good artist.
Right.
That let the demons win one time. The inner thoughts took over for a second.
I don't know, her rants during the final arc of, the final part of Divine Season 2 was kind of amazing.
I mean, just the I think about it back and forth. I'm like, she wasn't wrong.
No.
But it's also like,
not real.
But it's just like I
God damn.
it's like a justified crash out.
Right.
It's like, was it? It's like even seeing Kevin Jones put it at like 4 on his top 10 worst list was crazy. I'm like, damn, was it actually just that ass? Am I tripping? Do I need to like actually go back and be like, okay, was Divine Season 2 actually just bad and we were just in a Genjutsu, or something else wrong?
The only bad episode was just the second to last one.
You mean the most important one? Wait, actually no, that was the second to last one. That was if you're talking about
third. I think it was the third to last one I'm talking about.
The third to last, yeah, the Kuon fight.
Yeah.
That one,
yeah, the Kuon. That's the only bad episode.
But the problem is that episode is so important. That one being trash is the problem. Like, oh my god, was actually Season 2 really just bad enough to be worse than gosh? What did he put worse than that? Arifureta? I think he said was worse. No, it was better.
I mean, like, I don't know.
It's like the more I think about it, I'm like, damn, that shit might have been trash. It's like, it might have been trash, but we were cool with it because it's like, we liked the characters. was like, yes.
I don't even call it bad. I was just maybe average. Like,
Yeah, I think it was just average, probably.
outside of like one bad episode, nothing was like of that offensive.
And again, like I said, like even if it's like even like the only issue is that it needed one or two more episodes and to do something with those one or two more episodes.
Right.
Right. It just needed two more episodes to salvage it, but it's like, ooh.
You know
It's
what
like,
I've
it's
come to
still
realize that these Vanguard seasons have been missing?
What?
The rap party episodes like G had.
Yeah.
Where like after arc, the cast just gets together and just chills for a while. We don't get rep party episodes anymore.
Yeah, because we don't have time to do that at all. Like we're on a 12 episode schedule. We don't got
maybe that's the
episodes.
entire problem. It's
That's
no
been
rep
the
party.
problem. How did we find ourselves on this again? How we didn't even make it to Bushiroad's part, and we've already brought them up and complaining about the Bushiroad in some aspect again. We were talking about.
This is just the actual podcast. You just have to accept this is a shit Bushy does podcast.
What? Token Rambo 3?
What?
Token Rambo just got another set. Officially.
Rambo just... Damn it!
Nigga, what?
God damn it!
I can't believe it. I'm just checking Discord. See, I get an announcement from about 10 minutes ago. Nah, we gotta actually like show this off. Hold on. Nah, we got rep capture.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Official breaking news. Token Rambo Online Vanguard Collaboration 3rd edition. Release date December 2025.
Oh, god damn it.
Why y'all keep coming back here?
No.
Hold on. Oh, I need to make a meme of this. Hold on. I gotta do this. I'm sorry.
Read them things.
Oh,
Read them things. Already gave it to you, man.
This can't be happening.
God. Right as I was saying what this podcast really was, they hit us with this. I need to stop being right. Like, where's that Apollo meme when I need it?
Oh man, top lane Shaman King 3 and Record of Ragnarok 2 found dead in a ditch. It's like, what? God. Let it go. Just let it go, bro. It's over.
Right. For Record of Ragnarok, it's never getting. Man, you know, I feel bad for Shaman King fans, actually. Like, a little bit. Because they had a great show and a pretty great manga. And then things just get increasingly bad shit afterwards. And they refuse to let Shaman King go. Edit it out.
This can't be happening.
We're living in a simulation.
Oh no. No. It can't happen again, bro. It can't
Yeah.
happen again. Because if Token Ramble actually is good this time, and because of how trash the sales probably were for that set 2, and we don't get it in English, oh my god, and that set's good, I'm going to lose it. It would happen again.
Gosh. You know,
Tokurabo
if
becomes
Bush,
meta and it doesn't come English.
man, if Bushy wants to be funny, and since you're just retreading things like as always over here with this stupid company, you know what? How about another promo Gargantua Dragon D series? Just do it. Rub the salt in. just let's just keep time looping. That's all we're doing here, Bushy. We're just gonna keep time looping, keep time looping.
Oh.
And it's never gonna end.
Okay, I double check my web capture off because I decided to scroll on my thing to see like, oh man, I wonder what else anyone said about this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this can't be real.
Oh my god, I love Token Rambu.
Oh my god, that makes sense. Literally yesterday they were talking about this. Talking about the Token Rambo Expo. We're gonna sell old Vanguard products.
Oh no. Jeez.
Okay, I've recovered. I've recovered, but it's still like
Yeah, that's good.
it's still just insane.
Alright.
Okay, now I've got to actually like figure this out. I got to remember where we were.
I like how Gundam's just on the screen, just like waiting to be talked about. And we're just like, no, not yet, nope,
Oh.
What now?
What? Did something else happen?
No, thankfully.
Okay. Because I don't think I can deal with it. Anyway.
I don't think we handle it anymore, man.
Let us go to the original topic of this video. The actual news. So, here we go. We're talking about Bandai Card Games Fest. And the first thing is Battlesphere Saga news, surprisingly.
Wow.
New event announcement. Hello, Summoners! We're celebrating our second anniversary with a special event on March 29th in LA. Ooh. Get ready for epic non-stop battles in gunslinger format. More news will be revealed soon.
Yeah. Not the best time. Ooh.
This is a double dose. Cause
Yeah.
one, my condolences to everybody that's dealing with the fires in LA. That's a lot. I,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, and I hope you all are safe and be able to be safe, and you're able to make it through all this. That's one thing. Expand that. Secondly, I don't think that's gonna happen. If the Vanguard BCS does not happen, which we still know what's gonna happen, that's in May 14th. That's still 2 months away. We don't know what's gonna happen March 14th. Excuse me.
Yeah.
If that doesn't fire, this ain't gonna fire.
No.
Secondly, ain't nobody going to LA for a Battlesphere Saga event unless something else is gonna be announced.
True.
Thirdly, Gunslinger format. The second anniversary is going to be basically a speed turbo format. Well,
Okay.
we still don't have any news on whether or not we're getting more sets. Like at very least, just say, hey, uh, this, the event will also have details about the next main set in Battle Spirits and what we're doing for the future of the game. Like, anything short of that will be a waste of time.
Yep.
Because with how weird this game has been and how people have said we haven't gotten any news about Battle Spirit Saga since Set 6 pre-orders happened, which were like 4 months ago. We have nothing to deal with. And so far, anyone who has info or anything would say something by now has still said we've got nothing still. So you can't be second. You can't go have a second anniversary and then celebrate it and be like, man, this second anniversary is great. The game's dead now. Bye.
Bye.
It's like you gotta do something. You gotta hype it up, right? You gotta get yourself back on the market, back in the
I mean,
global space here.
to be fair, I mean, it's just any. I mean, even if Battlespheres dies after a second anniversary event, isn't it still kind of slightly better than build device saying, "I we're out during an event."
Bro, I saw the
like I, like I don't think anything's topping that. That it's like, man, that was a great tournament, guys. You ever closing up shop here? Go play the crossover game.
like that made me so, bro. Don't get me started on that. I'm gonna start on that, bro. The fact that they gave, I think what makes me upset the most is that they gave happy birthdays to anime characters in the Build of Bright, but not once did they ever give a happy birthday to any of their original characters from the anime.
Wow,
They don't even have birth dates. I even checked. And yet,
gosh,
and yet, guess what they did for New Year's? They put they got an artist to draw Kika in Hyoko, not Hyoko, sorry, but they drew Kika and and the Apprentice for New Year's, as if the game wasn't already dead.
right?
Like the last
Wow.
set released December 13th, it had been 2 years since the game had effectively run out of card support. And you're out here promoting your characters, yet you never did it at all. Like when Vanguard started doing like, hey, happy birthday, this character from our franchise that is a multi-faceted franchise. They did it. If you had started
Yeah.
doing that, like maybe you could have actually kept the main game going for so long. For a little bit longer, because people are like, oh, there's also a show to this? I could check it out and probably get in the game. And maybe you actually. I'm just tired, man.
Yeah. It's all just a mess. everything, everywhere.
All right. Let me take a quick break because it's gonna be like a 20-second break here, like because I need to get up and stretch.
Stretch and recompose.
Yes.
Fair.
All right. I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right. I've calmed down. So let's move on to the next set of news, which is the biggest part: the Gundam card game. You finally got details.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still kind of. Darn it, I'm still out of it. Dang it.
All right.
Okay, let's get it. So, Gundam card game. First thing of news. The Gundam card game will be released worldwide in July 2025 in 3 languages: Japanese, English, and Chinese. There will be
There's that
many.
simultaneous release.
Mm-hmm. There will be many new cards, not including English edition beta. So look forward to more info. So, officially full date for release July 2025 is when we start to actually play Gundam for real, for real.
Sweet.
All right.
I mean, it's good news all around.
Yep. Next up, they've announced 4 start decks, beginning with Starter 1 Heroic Beginnings, which is a blue and white deck suited for balanced strategies, featuring units from Mobile Suit Gundam and Witch from Mercury.
Oh, yawn.
Basically, the basic deck. Alright, move on to Starter 2 Wings of Advance, combining green and blue cards. This deck is based around building up resources, featuring units from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Oh, get out of here, bro.
I mean, this is just kind of lining up with what we said. It's just going to be Gundam, Unicorn, Seed, Witch from Mercury.
I mean, look, I just got, maintain my status as the #1 wing cater.
I don't think you're number one here, buddy.
I'll try to. I'm kind of trying to climb the ladder, man.
Alright, on set 3, on Friday, 7/11, Zeon's Rush, Starter 3. Field lots of low-level units quickly with this red-green deck. Use both Zeon and Neo Zeon units like Char Zaku 2 and Tsunaju, which will
Yay!
be Gundam and Unicorn.
I'll take it. Woo!
And last one is Siege Strike. Link units allow you to adapt quickly and keep fighting with this red and white deck. Take on opponents with Kieran Afton of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed.
Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's go, Seed. Woo!
Okay. Well, that was the thing. And last card game related bit of news somewhat. The first booster pack, New Type Rising, releases on July 25th, featuring Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn cards not available in the starter decks. Alt art cards are also planned to be included.
Unicorn. Okay.
What? This is the main set and you're not being excited? This is the rest of the Unicorn stuff.
Unicorn.
What's with you and Unicorn, man? Anyway, so what are our thoughts on the release date in July? The four starter decks to start off, and set 1 New Type Rising.
I mean, summer release something's pretty smart. I mean, I don't know. 4 starter decks, pretty good. Although, I mean, knowing every Bandai card game, they're gonna announce like coming in set 2 a fifth color. Cause I know why Bandai keeps doing this with their card games. But I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Like I swear they keep doing it. They keep finding ways to add another color in like set 2.
Yeah, because right now at red, white, green, blue, we
Yep,
know we can.
gonna add yellow.
Again, yellow. We could add black. We could add hybrid cards eventually.
Right. Like every time. Like I'm already just getting ready for like coming here. A new color is arriving to Gundam TCG. And I don't know, maybe that'll be the only way to get G-Reco cards starting out.
Now, like I said before, it just seems to be what it is in all those series, right? So we already know what's in the set pretty much.
Yep.
Which I think makes it kind of boring because now we have to wait 6 months until the actual release. Oh, I also forgot to add up. Apparently, if you do the in-person beta edition kits, like the in-person whole demo thing, it costs apparently $250 now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking or doing or what the heck's going on. I
Right.
forgot to look up the information, but it's still like, no.
Yeah, no.
I'll wait for the actual release, dog.
Right. Yeah.
So I really do want to play that game, but I have to just wait for the release because I'm not really.
Yeah, I mean, no point like.
So what
Let it out.
Yeah. So what start deck are you looking at trying to actually play?
Seed Strike, probably.
Okay. Yeah, probably Seed for me. I need to see what else is in Xeon Rush.
Right.
But I also need like if Ring Advance is ramp, that might be cool. I might get that. Again, the problem I've had with the way this set one is going is that these are like the base. These like the vanilla. I can't believe saying this. These are like the vanilla flavors, right?
It makes sense.
Wing makes sense. Is popular in America. Seed is basically the number one series in Japan. You have to have Grandpa and
Right.
the new one with Witcher Mercury. And then, you're adding in Unicorn fully later because Unicorn is like the other big UC thing, so you gotta put more UC in there. So like it's just the problem is like it's just very basic. In my opinion, keep that in mind.
Right. I think that's fine for like a first set. Like I think they've learned their lesson from Gundam Evolution. I feel like a little bit, right? Like we can love like cool like oddball stuff in Gundam. We can. Not the front face of it.
Like,
Not the front face.
I think for me, like really like I just don't have a series I'm like really like, yeah, I want to get now. Like Seed is cool, but if you don't have like two specific characters in there somewhere, I don't know. I don't know if I'm exactly going to be entirely happy playing Seed. If you know me, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got a point. Although it's kind of funny though that like they refuse to put G Gundam in anything.
Well, I mean, this set one, I wish they had
I
shown
know.
like probably like a idea of when they want to probably plan out set 2. I wish
I
we
mean,
had info on set 2, at least like a teaser image maybe. Yeah,
maybe.
put some of my fears at ease because it's like,
But also, like, that would be like what, 9 months per, like 7 to 9 months out.
that's true.
Like, for all we know, set 2 is still in, like, full on draft stage still.
Hmm.
Well, not like full draft, but like, finishing touches.
Yeah. So at the very least, that's something that's there. But otherwise, I hope this game does do well. I really do wish
Same.
for set 2 thing. On the other note, the news that came out ironically around the same time, like literally the day after we did our video, our last podcast, Gundam Assemble was announced.
Right.
Now what?
This I'm kind of hyped for.
Now what the heck is Gundam Assemble? Well, it's simple. It's Warhammer.
Yep.
They just made Gundam Warhammer real. Gundam Assemble is a tabletop game that uses approximately 2-inch sized gunpla to battle. Each unit has abilities that reflect their unique characteristics, allowing players to enjoy scenarios that follow the original story or divergent situations that transcend the world of Mobile Suit Gundam series, thus providing both a sense of recreation and distinct battles. Detailed rules and product specifications will be announced later. For example, there's the basic gunpla right there. Then there's the painted ones, which they kind of say, I believe, you have to paint them yourself, like Warhammer.
Yep.
Here's the runners, which also has gunpla. And they've said coming soon, right? So they've got, there's actually something interesting here.
The Kapul?
The Kapul, and I believe that is the Rising Freedom.
Yep.
So that means, which considering the couple, one, it's the full armor, the Archangel, everything, the Wing Zero, which that's good, and we've got the Rising Freedom. So another thing that was announced, I think I didn't pull it out, but it's like, so we'll talk about that in a second. But first off, Gundam Assemble. I have seen a lot of like people in the Warhammer space start to get into Gundam recently,
Same.
which is crazy. So this feels like Bandai, like, wait, we
Time to capitalize.
we can capitalize on this. The way Gunpla is built, we can do this, right? Have that easy snap-on build thing that we always do. Manufacture that into like a miniature Gunpla. Have the stuff that makes Warhammer customizable, like painting it, and we could probably just sell it, go crazy, have our own game, and it's like, bam, that's insane to do. Which
Right.
I think is a smart idea. Because now it means more customization for people who like Warhammer, want to do Gundam, but the one criticism was like, well, it's kind of like, it's not like I could paint it, but it's not like, the same.
Right. I mean, I can just whip out some Gundam markers here and go to town, I'm guessing. It'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah. So.
And you already know this is going to be way cheaper than Warhammer.
Kinda. But.
I mean, let's think about it, right? Like, as baseline, it's a 3v3 game. You're not buying an entire army of like $20 plus dudes.
I mean, one day you probably could.
I mean, everyone,
That'd be crazy.
try some different like alignments and whatnot. Like, I'm assuming there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 like large scale formats people are gonna try running, but at a baseline, it'll be cheaper.
Yeah. On that note, they also, while we were talking about this, besides this is basically Gundam Warhammer, is that they actually added in a new thing, which is like, oh, they're going to collab with the Gundam card game where you can kind of use these miniatures as tokens for like
Yeah.
decks that have tokens. So like, say you pull out a Gundam token, you can use this as a token as well, put on top, and it's like, oh, bam. So it adds a lot more interactivity with the game, I guess you could say.
Right.
Which, good idea. Like, you wanted a whole, you get two birds with one stone. Also, the starter decks we mentioned earlier, when they drop, there will also be a bigger bundle where you'll get not just a starter deck, but also at least 2 figures for Gundam Assemble, based on the actual like decks themselves. They'll
Right.
cost more, obviously. I think like the MSRP was around like $35.
Which, I mean, if you consider, like, I'm guessing these starter decks gonna be running around like $15, that kind of gives you an idea of like
Yeah,
what they're pricing these
actually,
figures
I
at.
think I forgot what Wasi Plays had said. I had only listened to the video. I didn't really see exactly what he did because I was driving at the time. I think he said the MSRP is gonna be like $12 for
So
this to
yeah,
start decks themselves.
I mean, I imagine then that means we're looking at like $10 for Gundam Assemble figure thereabouts.
Mm-hmm. And there's also something that also wasn't said is like there'll also be like some sort of like extra pack in here.
Right.
We have no idea what it is.
I mean, that seems like I think that's been like a standard thing for Bandai games,
But
right?
that's like I
The
know
power up
Lorcana
packs.
has like you get a pack in your thing, but they cost
Yeah,
like
like that.
$17.
Yeah, I just
So
imagine like it seems like the power up packs seem to just be like a new standard thing these games love doing.
yeah,
Take notes, Bushiroad. Anyway,
I mean they tried it once.
once they tried a lot of things. Once.
You know what they don't try once? Token
Losing
Rambo. Let's
money.
get it.
Yes.
Anyway, and last of the major news, because I don't think I saw anything but One Piece outside of iShow Speed. Apparently, can now stream it forever.
Yeah.
More info
Kind
on
of
Union
crazy.
Arena. You know, there's the images of SAO, all the stuff that's coming out. SAO, One Punch Man. Um, I don't know. I don't think I like the SAO like high rarities.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Also, it's just like they
No.
use in every series, I guess. So
I
also, that's
mean,
just crazy that they
that's
just
kind of like the new SA. That's kind of like the new game, right? Like SAO's just become the SAO like mega cluster.
I mean, yeah, but it's like we also just out here gonna spoil Yu-Gi-Oh in the middle of the thing too. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool, I guess. All right, Black Clover, you know, it still exists. This is the 3-star SR, which is the English version exclusive, by the way. Apparently,
Oh wow.
that actually kind of looks cool.
Yeah. It pops, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. The SR 2 stars. And an update that will happen with Black Clover, because since it's, I think, English exclusive, they can do this now. A promo wear pack will now be included in starter decks. The 2 SR cards included in starter decks will now feature a hollow finish and 2 copies of each card. Previously included NA limited SR designs will no longer be included in starter decks. The previously included hollow AP cards will no longer be in starter decks. Ooh, wait, I didn't read that.
Oh.
I need to see how people
Yeah.
think about that, because that's I don't
Right.
kind of get that on that note.
Yeah,
But
it's weird.
that's what's gonna happen after change the starter decks. Then we're getting Bleach Volume 2, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2, Full Metal Alchemist, which they got the hollows up here in the starter deck. And they announced 3 new titles coming to Union Arena for the English side. Attack on Titan, of course. This is like the second biggest one.
Man.
And Nikkei is in fact coming to English. They would be stupid not to do so.
Man, little Timmy's gonna show up with their like JJK cards he just got. They're gonna sit right across from like the craziest dude you know with a Miku playmat, a deck full of Nikkei cards.
Here's the thing though. I've seen the Nikkei cards. They're all pretty much just like hard censored.
Oh.
And by that I mean more like let me look these up real quick. Like I know Cinder basically opened like half a case already of Uniri and Nikkei.
Huh.
Okay, here we go. Here's a picture that will work. And no, don't ask me why I was watching her open it.
I'm not going to.
I don't know. I just saw it there. There probably is like one thing that's kind of like probably degenerate. So, for example, here's what the kind of cards are. You know, the famous butt shots. But this is what the cards look like with the butt shot. Just covers the entire butt. So, like, yeah, no, they don't have to deal with that.
Nope.
On the plus side, to make up for that, they probably have. Look, where's the one I love the most? They do have their burst effects that come off with the card. For example, here is. Let's see. Like here's Uni's burst off an image. So they've made it so that they can do like high rate of those.
Huh.
Let's see. Here's Jackal's.
Not a bad looking card.
Here's Jackal's burst. So basically, if you want the fan service, you have to spend the money.
Right.
So here's Jackal's. I have in-person Crows. Here's probably one that's probably gonna go crazy. Soda. This is her burst, but that one's gonna be like probably a lot of money. And then there's the SRs, which, for example, here is the 2 stars. Here's Dorothy, and then here's Anise. Oh, I think I messed up where I placed them. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Anise in a regular outfit in any card game ever.
I mean, this one's good. Let me see. Can I find the? Oh, here's one that's really cool. Here is. Dang, this is so small, but here's Snow White's. Her outfit, her SR plus outfit. I'm trying to find where the then there's the triple SSR, which is going to Modernia, because of course she's like the most popular character of all time. Let's see. And of course the chase card is going to be the action point for Red Hood. This card is money. I was looking for like the 2-star SR for Rappy, but I can't find it. Oh well. I think we're pretty much good with that. So yeah, Nikkei is officially coming. No pun intended.
No. No.
which is cool. And Kaiju number 8 will also be entering Union Arena.
Yeah,
Let's see. I was gonna say White Schwartz.
I really thought I would like Kaiju number 8.
Oh, you don't
It
like
seems
it?
so up my alley. I kind of dropped like 2 episodes in.
Dang.
Like, here's my problem, right?
Oh, and they gave a special sneak peek for the artwork.
Like, the setup seems so cool. And then you already can like just feel even from those 2 episodes, it's all gonna follow in and turn into every shonen battle anime ever. But with kaiju, like I don't know, just a vibes thing.
I mean, hey, I get you. I thought we like
Like,
Dandy Dan.
like we got the 30-year-old protagonist that acts like your 16-year-old shonen hothead. Cool,
Yeah, I thought.
great.
I mean, I get you. I thought we like Dandy Dan, but it didn't work out.
That's fair.
So that is all the Bandai stuff. So what do you think of Bandai showing?
I mean, they know what's going to hit. It's the same stuff that hits in every single game and release they do. Can't, like, it's weird. Look, it's weird for me to. I'm cool, like all the Gundam stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I find it hard to get hyped for Union Arena because like none of it's gonna go like, whoa, that's completely out of left field. Except for Nikkei. Like I want to see something crazy like a Zatch Bell set.
I mean, to be fair, the only reason why Nikkei doesn't hit as hard was really because like when it's more so like this is the English version.
Right.
And the only thing was question was like, is it going to come to English because of Nikkei? But once I saw how they did the cards in Japanese, it was like, oh, they definitely want to drop this in English.
Right.
So pretty much like Nikkei's original reveal in Japanese was probably the moment I was like, oh, that's unexpected. It's like Nikkei hasn't collabed with anyone like that. Hello?
Right.
And it's like it's known as the booty jiggle game, right? The fan service
Yeah.
game. Even though after recent events in game, I'm not so sure about it. They might just hit us with the rigmarole, bro. I'll talk to you about that after the podcast, just to keep spoilers off to a minimum. But yeah, it's like so kind of there. If anything, I'm more shocked because of how Weiss was like, yeah, we'll just keep the artwork for like the the promos. Yeah, go look for those promos, buddy. The promo versions, go look for them. Let's get it.
But she's too high on promos. Like,
I mean, for
Kidani is
like they said, oh yeah, Crown is a promo, and she's one of the best
Kidani is
cards in the
in the
game.
Bushiroad office just rolling up promos and smoking them. It's just, and that's what's happening. Doesn't matter the card game. If he sees the words, if he sees like a PR in like the bottom next to the set symbol, where the set symbol is going to be, he's like, "Oh man."
Well, it's kind of bad because man, they about to get $200 out of me for that play set when that set drops.
Oh no.
Listen, man,
God.
the way I talk about this entire series is like, would you expect anything different?
No.
Like, I guarantee you.
No.
Like, when freaking, when they release IBO in Gundam, in the Gundam card game, I'm buying any max rarity they got. That is the series that got me back into Gundam. In fact, legitimately, give me, it will be Gundam, it'll be IBO or Build Divers Re-Rise. Those two series, I'll max rarity their specific cards specifically. I will do it.
Alright. You know what would be a fun set?
What?
Maybe like a side set for the Gundam card game. Just a set full like MSV and like manga only stuff, like mechs.
Oh my god. You're right. That's how we get the Spare Memory Gundam sequel.
No. That's how we get
You're right. That's how we get the Witch from Mercury Schoolgirl edition.
Right? It's like that's what we're gonna sell the set. It's like, alright, we got some box hopper promos with and it's just IBO. It's just Witch from Mercury pilots from in an AU. So you want your super rare foil school alternate universe Suletta, right? Yeah, I'll buy a box. I'll take 20.
Oh, they're all Ghoul. Nah, you know what? Not even Soletta. Freaking what's her name? Madam Thick Thighs. Just put her as a box topper. They'll buy it forever.
Yeah.
Like, she's the third most popular character in that series. Somehow. She don't fight. She don't pilot. She don't do anything but sit on a couch. And people will fiend for her forever.
Alright.
Like, I don't know how they did it. They just did it.
Right? They just found the untapped energy. Gosh.
Alright, so now here we go. Bushiroad TCG strategy announcement for the 2025 new year. Now that we have gone through Bandai stuff, it's time to finally talk about Bushiroad properly this time. Alright, so first up on the docket, Vanguard went first. So they announced Set 8 of Cardfight Vanguard Divinez, which will have Suo on the cover with a brand new Blankmire as he trades his Scythe for a sword. And actual angel wings. He looks a lot more angelic now.
If it smells like a jobber in here.
We will talk about that in a second.
I got no hope for this man, no matter how many cards they give him.
On the other note, we've also got Megami with the new Magnolia, the Magnolia Patriarch, which is completely ironic for a number of reasons. And we have Youthbrook Skyfall Arms Rebuild, which I hope that means they rebuild his deck to get away from that trash ass grade 3.
Hopefully. Man, Full Blast 5 would actually be one of those card riveting cards for a deck. It's identity.
So, on that note, on to the topic of Set 8, as we're going to talk about the anime. Assuming this is the second set of Divinez Deluxe, which would be like the climax set of the season.
Right.
Does this imply that Suo, Megami, and Raika make it far enough in the tournament to actually play these reasonably?
Oh, I don't know.
Because, small spoiler for next week, we're going to have Bob Sagra versus the new Griffagia.
Right.
So it's like showing them
I mean,
off
I guess
early
it
means
also
they're ready
depends
to
on
go.
like how long this tournament's going to be.
That's also another thing, right? It's like that's another thing. Like how long is a tournament where you can show new forms for Magnolia, Youthwork, and Blankmeyer. Well, we still and reasonably have them not be the final standings of the entire tournament.
Right.
Because
Like
unless something does change, we all know the end of the tournament is going to be more than likely either Akina versus Kagetsu, some combination of Akina, Kagetsu, now, or Shizune.
right.
Unless,
Like
again, they curveball us.
like there is a non-zero chance, and this doesn't sound completely out of left field, right? But she does a funny, gives all these guys a really cool one fight showing, and then they get off screened. There's a non-zero chance.
I'd yell. Because there's no way.
Man, that's a cool win these guys got. All right, next round.
That's literally what they did with the top 8. I'm like, come on, dog. I didn't get to see heroes play.
Man, they introduced like 5 new characters in that season, and off like 4 of them.
No,
Four of them didn't get to do anything, and then there was Taizo.
No, there 3 of them.
There's only 3?
There 3 of them jobbed. Then Gojo made top 8.
Alright.
Taizo barely made lost, and then Gojo made top 8. Like if you told me the character that would go farther out of those 5 would be gosh dang the hero guy and not Taizo.
Right.
Like, a character who is so important, who's basically become like the new Shion. Basically, it's like okay.
It's we can't do tournament arcs with this many episodes.
That's why I'm like, there's gotta be like a season 2, right? We can't just
That's what I'm thinking.
all right,
Like,
season
I'm
2, or this is
thinking,
actually like secretly a long season. Because
like,
even if
I'm
that
personally
leak of 15 episodes is true, I still don't know how we do this.
it's got to be at least 2 seasons. Then we're getting like 1 to 2 like non-tournament seasons afterwards. Like 2 seasons of silly Shadow Game stuff, 2 seasons of tournament, and then 2 seasons of like more actual content again.
Yeah,
That's the only way I see this working out.
I don't know. That's a good question. But so that's why I'm like, set 8 being shown like this is like either set 9 is a curveball or something else.
Right.
Also, added onto the list, they've announced master deck sets for Leonorn and the Jeweled. A lot of conversation about this one in the community.
Yeah, I can imagine why.
Mostly because of the pricing being around 6k yen.
Yeah.
I know when the when the actual contents were revealed, it was criticized because it's like, oh well, there's no energy cyclers, there's no those grade 3 things or whatever, those grade 3 like stride helpers that were a thing. Which, you know,
like the price is so weird.
yeah, the price is weird because like you look at it, it's also like, oh, you get the box, you get sleeves. Where's the deck box?
But we were begging you to just make normal starter products.
Like that's the one thing no one's talked about. Where's a deck box with the new artwork on them? Hello?
Right?
Like, why is sudden you now just don't want to drop a deck box into these? This is crazy.
It's bullshit being bullshit. They do one cool thing and they have to drop it.
Like in my honest opinion, I'm fine with them just dropping a deck set that's just every single piece of engine in the deck, and that's fine.
Right.
Because the biggest problem with all those cards were that they were mostly promos, especially Leonore. Like half of those cards were used to be promos. So giving them an actual feasible release is actually genuinely good.
Cool, but not like a 6,000 yen release. There's only 20,000 available.
For each one, right? So it's not.
Right.
I don't think there's anything crazy gonna happen. Like, oh, they're all sold out. Like, it's not gonna happen like that. It'll take a while.
Like it's just weird that they have that like limited supply like advertised though.
Yeah, that is kind of just like why though.
Yeah.
It's like I get it.
So
It's
what are we
like
doing here?
I get it. It's gonna be like, oh, we can't. I heard there's something like, oh, you know, their supply is kind of like supply things are kind of limited because of how like things are in Japan or something like that. Where it's like, oh, we legitimately can't print a lot, so this is like the most we can print, or something along those lines. I'd heard allegedly. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, I'm doing like in reaction bait, like an hour and a half into a podcast.
Yeah.
Not even an hour and a half. I think we are now officially
2.5 hours.
2 hours 18 minutes in.
Yep. Standard episode.
I wanted to go watch Babylon on the episode Babylon 5 before bed, man.
Sorry, you have to get kind of the infinite genjutsu of this podcast.
Well, that is mostly all the Vanguard news. There is one more thing, guys, right? They announced that these will also have brand new Regalis pieces. And that also was controversial because people were like, should they be generic or should they be not generic, specifically designed just for the decks themselves?
The Regalis pieces have always seemed a bit weird to me. Like, not gonna lie. Like, they're cool, lore-wise and conceptually. But it's like, you must only have one of these in your deck at any given moment. These are all completely meta-dependent. It's like, cool, great. Do I pick the Troll, or the Effect Veiler, or the DD Crow? That's what it almost feels like. And it's like, why outside of lore reasons are we doing these like 1 per deck orders? Whatever.
So, I mean, the other thing is also, if they're generic, that means there's actually probably an issue with the 20K.
Yeah.
Because it's
Like,
that
those
means,
are chase cards. It's over.
yeah, it's like if they're chase cards, then it's like, oh, great.
Yep.
If they're not, then that means at least like people who want to play the decks and just kind of waited because they didn't really want to spend all that money get that and a new piece of support. So that's cool. But it's still like, I don't know. Somehow they just something weird just happens always. But I think overall the product is good. I think that's
Like,
just
I swear Bushy has a scale. Like,
it's
in
the
in
once
the
again.
offices.
It's like once again they have an asterisk put it on their even their best products.
Like, it's like good design, bad design. They just like keep having to weigh until it's like perfectly even. Ooh, reprint deck set? Great. Woo! 6,000 yen. Ooh! New regardless piece. Ooh! Only 20,000 copies. Oh! Perfectly balanced.
Alright, so next up is the Card Game Festival. They announced more details about it. These are all the tournaments that are more so. These are all the tournaments that will be around, which will be Cardfight Vanguard, White Shorts Blau, White Shorts Rose, Rebirth for You, Shadowverse Evolve, Dream Order, Hololive, Gotobun, Quintessential Quintuplets, and Bang Dreams School Idol Project Series.
Man, I have a lot to say about quintessential quintuplets.
I have nothing to say about that game. Because it will
Not
be
the game.
gone in a year and a half.
Series.
I'm more like, bro, how you gonna have a tournament for White Shorts Rose, dog? They gonna have actual porn on the artwork, and you telling me they're gonna have borderline
Don't
porn
worry,
on the artwork?
it's gonna be in the back behind some black curtains.
You gotta bring your deck you gotta bring your deck in a paper bag.
Gotta show your ID at the entrance.
It's like, this is for the adults. It's like, what's in there? Card games.
If they're nice, there's someone serving drinks as well as an actually real classy joint.
The card game speakeasy.
Honestly, I kind of love that. I would love to witness that, actually. Like, you go in, it's like, and there's just like a full bar, like a smoking area for your
in Kids Next Door, where it's like they had to all go into a speakeasy to get a candy. Had pour up a bunch of candy, and it's like, bruh.
Alright.
Alright, so.
Got any high school DxD in there? Yeah.
High school DxD is in regular White Shorts.
I know.
I don't know how to, I don't know how it's gonna. Bro, I just think more about like
Rose retrains. Don't worry, they're gonna retrain a lot of stuff in Weiss for Rose.
They're gonna actually adapt the back half of Testament of Sister New Devil.
Yeah.
Which just basically became hentai. Like,
they're going to do the light novel content for all the games they couldn't do before.
Like Fate Stay Night Unlocked. Oh god, I just did about that. They're gonna be like, here's the unlocked version of Fate and Tsukihime.
We got the Darling of the Franxx manga in here out back. Gosh.
Okay.
This is the silliest idea Bushiroad's had in a while.
I don't know, but now I'm just looking at it. It's like, damn, there's really 10 games they'll be dropping. They'll have tournaments for, and yet they gave Love Live a slot, but said, but we don't have space for a buddy fight. We don't, even though it's sold out within minutes. We don't have space for it.
Yeah.
Like you got it. I don't know if Kadani was happy or upset that Buddy Fight just showed out.
Probably upset. Heck, I'm pretty sure Ikeda called him.
It's like,
just
hey,
to gloat again.
It's like, hey, buddy, how you doing? It's been a minute.
I know we haven't spoke since, the court battle, but, how you been?
This man called him like 50 Cent. It's like, no, never again. All right. Also, these are companies that will also have booths at the Card Game Fest. Build the Vibrite, Katakawa, Susabi Games, Force of Will, Grand Archive. Who do you?
High story.
Histori, this Hashi, and Zechs will all get booths at the Card Game Fest.
You wanna know what's funny?
What?
K-Roller's conveniently missing. Curious.
I mean, they are under new management now, so
Right.
yeah, they're of course there. Uh, they're also gonna have rubber mats. One for Weiss First Blood they haven't seen. This is the Vanguard mat, which is adorable.
Yeah.
The Weiss one's also kind of cute. They got the shirts. You want a shirt? Also, they've announced yearly Bushiroad magazine.
Yearly.
Yep. And it will include 8 promo cards.
What the? He's smoking promo cards in the office. I am sorry.
It's like, come on, dog. Come on, man. Please. It's just hilarious. Oh, they also announced there's gonna be a Card Games Fest in Singapore.
Ooh.
Gee, I wonder what's there that totally would matter.
I wonder.
Yeah. Anyway, more news on Hololive. 3 new start decks. And a new set. Anyway, preview for set 3. All these people that exist. Upgrade for previously released members.
Hololives.
So Sue says he in new form. Pecora exists. I think that's the. Is that the chick from? No, I think that's the chick from Hololive English, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Booster 3 of Quince. And that's it. New Japan Pro Wrestling info, which existed. Love Live, Volume 1 and Volume 2, dropping. With Weiss promos?
Okay.
Blue Lock. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, wait. I got confused.
Oh no, these are white sets.
These are not Weiss. These are not Weiss. This is these are protein bars.
Oh,
for
snap.
their New Japan protein bars. So
Wow.
you will get 2 protein bars and a promo card. And for Blue Lock will get 1 for White Schwartz Blau. And Vanguard will get 2. Will get 2 as well. Again, he loves the promos, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he will literally sell it to you so I can eat them. Showers Evolve, set 15. Serial number cards are apparently back for the 3rd anniversary. And I'll continue to be upset that Portal is not in this game. I'm sorry.
You know what?
I tried with Abyss. I'm like, I can do it, man. I want my Portal.
Say, man, I need Portal.
Like, I know at this point it's pretty much a mute, considering that all the bosses have basically been slapped everywhere else.
Right.
Like, I would have to play Haven if I wanted to play my bosses at this point, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't like Haven.
You know what? Nintendo should cause like riots in the streets by announcing 1 of 10 Pokemon cards in a set. Let's do it. Give the number stamp on Pokemon cards.
So you want the apocalypse to happen?
Yes.
Speaking of the apocalypse, Godzilla card game. We finally have information. We
Oh
have
my god!
4 types of cards. You've got kaiju cards, battle cards, strategy cards, and anger cards. You win with
Anger
2
card.
different winning conditions.
Anger.
Yes.
That has to be a mistranslation. Gosh.
Which, oh my god, they're using screenshots from Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
I love how the anger card is just a poster. That's actually kind of funny. Booster 1 releases in July. Booster 2 scheduled for September. They're planning 4 booster releases per year.
I mean, that's not a bad pace.
Yeah. Okay, on the Blau, Natsume Yujincho Switch will get a white set. The Idolmaster Side M. Nitamo Rantoro the movie. And the Apothecary Diaries will also get blouse sets.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm surprised about Apothecary. New icon, Discovery. When trigger, reveal up to 3 cards on top of your deck. Choose and add up to 1 character to hand and discard the rest.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty nuts.
Speaking of nuts, White Schwartz Rose. I'm sorry. Too easy. I don't know what they are, but I don't trust y'all being safe for work anymore.
Porn. I'm just on this guess.
Gushing Were Magical Girls gets a release date of April 25th. Harukaze gets June 27th.
I don't even have to say it.
Interspecies Reviewers, August 29th. Each trial deck includes 50 cards. Each booster includes 6 cards with 1 shiny card. Boosters will include...
Interspecies Reviewers said it's banned in Funimation.
Will include AGR, 4-box campaign PR pack, and a Carton SP pack. Rebirth, 100 Girlfriends will get a second booster. In Our Giddy High School...
I'm guessing the first 50 were in the first one.
I'm assuming based on the anime, I think they only got to like 6. Actually 7, I think. I forget about... I think technically one of the main girls' mom... Oh, yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11 are on the poster right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the main girl and her mom are included in this. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. On to regular White Shorts. Tiny Knot, the Amagiri sister, gets 1. Overlord, the Holy Kingdom, gets the extra booster, which I had heard of. I kind of did some look into this. Apparently, this is an arc that was kind of needed, like before season 3, or season 4 of Overlord, and they made it a movie.
Oh.
And released it after season 4, and it's like, okay.
Uh-oh.
Blue archived the animation. Magical Girl Lyrical Nanaha. In Aogiri High School, wait, it's in both Weiss and Rebirth? Okay.
I don't see why not.
Alright, Love Live, Superstar, release date, April 19th, 3 cards a pack. How do you play this game? What?
Right?
Anyway, that is, in general, just Bushiroad's strategy presentation. So, what are your thoughts?
Uh, I mean, nothing stands out. It's kind of the problem.
Yeah. Like, the most interesting in the Weiss thing is, I mean, Rose's already been announced, but that's a different thing. Wait, have I seen the Rose back? The Rose? Wow. Oh, wow.
Right.
It's just the White Schwartz back.
Rose.
But, well, with roses and making the wings look more pronounced.
Like, it's just Weiss, but seedier.
Like, I don't know how they're gonna do with 3 Weisses in the market.
if Rose Tools sells more than Rush Tools, and I don't even know what to say.
I don't know either. I don't even know
Maybe
how they're
they
gonna
forgot.
connect it. Are they gonna do like each individual or separate? I don't think I've even seen the data for this past year. Or are we not in the end of fiscal year to do that yet?
I don't think we are. I think the fiscal year starts in April for Japan.
Okay, so yeah, we're not there yet. Uh, yeah. I mean, unless you're like very big fans of this, like this is the part that's kind of like crazy. Is like I don't have any information on Godzilla card game. Let me look for this. Let me see if I can find some details on it. Uh, Let me see. Did they update on this or they updated this? No, there's just
Nothing.
okay. Oh my goodness.
You will have to pry information on this card game out of Bushy's cold dead hands.
Oh, speaking of cold dead hands, Balfour Grid will be. Yeah, Balfour Grid Super Edition is going to be launching for Switch 2, apparently.
Oh, neat. I'm surprised that game is still going.
I mean, it's not. It's just porting it over.
Oh well. Never mind. Unfortunate.
Anyway. Yeah, I think just there, and then we just question. Like, nothing really stands out unless I'm missing something. I'm not. Apothecary Authority is good. Rose
Yep.
is just more info on the sets already announced. Rebirth exists somehow still. White Schwartz kind of just gets Blue Archive again. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm just primarily like here for Vanguard and Shadowverse additionally, but it's like, man, it is kind of like light. It feels
Yeah,
light. like again, I'm not in the Hololive, so even in the presentation itself, they just had one of the VTubers just spend like 3 minutes saying, "Hey, this set's coming out. This is stuff you can see. Anything, bye," and just moved on. And it's like, huh? Like, am I missing something here?
I mean, I don't even think Hololive cares about the card game.
I mean, I'm just like, that's why I'm just like, all right, Global, are y'all gonna do anything with the card game? We got a week. I don't know what's going on anymore, man. Like, it really is like the Vanguard section just has a lot, and then the rest of it was just kind of everything. They had a thing for Rebu Starlight, even though I think that entire IP is dead now.
Oh wow.
It was just kind of weird. All right, so I guess that is.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Time for the.
Yeah, it's time for.
I'm talking about the show.
It's time for the. Let's see. Where is the web capture? Hide that. All right. Yeah. So now I think the last bit is the Divine's initial impersonation. So this will be around 2 minutes 40 seconds. All right. So if you have not seen episode 1 of Cardfight Vanguard Divinez Deluxe, this is probably the end of the podcast for you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching.
Get out.
Don't say get out, but we're gonna, you come back when we've caught up. Okay, thank you.
There we go.
So we'll begin talking in 3, 2, 1. So we're in agreement that Kagetsu is actually the original leader of Blackout, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right, we're done here. Because like, ain't no way you say that and then this is when he gets introduced.
Unless they really want to take the most tactical swerve of all time.
Like,
and it's like Kagetsu lost to the actual true original leader of Blackout.
Yeah, it's just like, okay.
Like, I mean, if the vibes I got from these episodes is I feel like Kagetsu's running the old dojo masters about to die plotline in a martial arts story.
Oh god.
And he needs to find a successor in Akina.
Which is crazy because it's like, Nao's right there. Why would you need Akina specifically?
To continue the bloodline.
Nao's right there. You have how many successors?
He cannot continue the bloodline himself.
What do you mean continue the bloodline? What do you mean continue the bloodline? If anything, that makes even less sense.
I'm kidding.
I know.
But like this does feel like a dying dojo master plot.
I need to continue the bloodline. Let me use the dude. It's like, huh?
Right.
It's like, I don't know. You got a perfectly legal.
I need you to help now keep my legacy going. She cannot do it alone.
In the sky, you see Shinzo Abe.
I mean, yeah.
Oh no. But it's just like it very much is like something's going on with him, because I heard what I thought was the Psyqualia sound during episode 2.
And
I'm like,
something's up.
Huh?
Like, something's definitely up.
Yeah, something has to be up. We've reconnected Earth and Cray again. It's like, it can't just be something weird, especially when that card shined and a random card just came off of it. It's like, nah, something. Why do you have a card for a deck you don't run?
Ask Noxa the same thing.
That is from the same archetype as yours. That don't make no sense. Also, another thing that makes no sense: how on earth, how the hell did they get Rika to come to their school? No one knows him. So unless, except now, but it's like that doesn't make sense. She doesn't go to that school. Did she just say, "Hey, Makoto, he might talk to you" or something? I don't know.
Hi, I am famous Japanese idol. Please come to my school.
I mean, it was cool to actually be like, "Oh, he's here," but it kind of felt more like you don't have a connection to anyone here, like directly at least.
No, he just has to look out the window and go, I wish Michiru was here. Oh yeah, just Kagetsu.
Yeah, so also poor Hikari has to eat, is now stuck in celery hell, as she put it. That was funny though.
Yeah.
Also, holy cow, Akina's friend needs to stop being a simp, bro. Like, you're bleeding, dog.
Dude is.
You're bleeding over a girl who is literally a year younger than you. Calm down, dog. when Yuna is the sane one, that might be a problem.
Right.
And her episode was ducking nuts.
I mean, I'm gonna run a little bit of cover for Akina's friend. Because where his whole thing is, now he's in college.
Huh?
Like, we can't complain about Akina's friend when now it's the exact same way and Akina's like 2 years younger.
Dude, I don't want to go there. Like, I've already jumped off the Taizo Erica train completely because I'm like, wait, this isn't making single sense. Because I'm like, wait a second, this actually just does not. No, I'm good.
The more you think about Divine, the weirder some things seem.
I mean, listen, about Divine, brother. Do you not forget we literally had an episode where Megami was just weirdly written.
I like to forget that episode. I think Bushi would like to forget that episode happened. It's the least Vanguard episode of Vanguard ever Vanguard.
And it had a Vanguard fight in it.
Yes.
It was like...
If was more Vanguard than whatever that was.
So it's like...
The director probably thought he had cinema on his hands here. He thought he was going to write some keynote for Vanguard, and he pissed everyone off.
It's like, this is gonna be good.
Bro, this is gonna be fire. No.
It's like, yeah, a tire fire. That's what it is. Like, what is this, dog?
What do you mean no one liked my episode?
It's like you had a 16-year-old teenager fall in love with some 24-year-old dude.
Like, bruh.
Even Trails ain't doing that. Yeah.
No one's doing that.
Oh man, I completely forgot. We didn't even talk about you your stream last time, but we'll have to get to that later.
The game's pretty good. That's all I gotta say. I liked it.
We did it, boys. He said a positive thing about Trails. Let's go. My mission here is done. Not really says go finish it. Anyway.
All right.
I think my big question is, what on earth do we do now? I feel like we've been spoiled, in which the plot of the show just kind of like already like told to us in episode 1. It's like, oh yeah, episode 1, you must fight in this fated clash.
Yeah.
And that's basically how it is. And now it's kind of like, well, the only purpose is pretty much just Akina going to like into the tournament to find himself, I guess.
Alright.
Which, you know, was a plot point in season 2. But it's kind of weird to have this plot point in season 2. I need to find myself after you got the big power up.
You know what I realized?
And you keep the power up.
You know why I think this tournament's like nowhere near the end of Akina's arc? Like, the more I think about it, he hasn't had his main character makeover yet.
Hold on, just a second. I might have to ban someone in chat for saying something. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
Let's think about it. Every Vanguard protagonist gets a new set of clothes, and like a new look for part 2. Every single one.
That is true.
We haven't gotten that yet for Akina. This tournament's not it for him. Like, until I see some new clothes on this man, his arc is not ready to end. It's funny how that works, but yeah.
I haven't even thought of it that way.
Like, Aichi got new clothes every season. Chrono grew like a foot taller. Shin aged up a lot. Even Yu changed. Akina hasn't had it yet.
You are correct, but I'm just like, listen, we're glad that. Oh, that's another thing we could talk about because that wasn't on the list. 700 planned episodes of Cardfight Vanguard right now.
So yeah, 120 more to go from what people were saying.
Yeah, and if we're still seasonal or regional, we hit that mark around 2031. Right? Almost 20 years. Which one is a show of confidence or naivete, depending on who you are. But it's like 700 episodes? Like, that can't all just be, like, Akina and crew, right?
No.
I fully expect, like, one more... I fully expect, like, one more, like, D-era generation before we hit the 700.
If we get 120 more episodes of Akina and crew, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Like, I like him, but it's like...
Well, I get it. He's the best manga protagonist we've had in, like, 10 years, but also...
That's a...
Kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, the problem is also, like, who counts as a Vanguard protagonist anymore?
Ooh, especially after V-Series. Like, V just returns up and said everyone's the protagonist.
And even when they are the protagonist, you aren't.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry, Emmy. This is Ibuki's show, and you're just living in it.
Yeah, the big show. Well, now, Well, but I still need to go save my brother. About that. uh,
Nah. And he just bursts in the room like, sorry, I'm the real guy. I'm the main character here. Majesty Lord Blaster. Cool, great. Me, I'm the hero.
it's like, okay,
See
that's
this?
fine. It's like, okay, fine, that's cool, but at least it's not Kai actually about that. Okay, but what happened to Misaki? Who?
Oh,
Like I remember when you posted, somebody had posted a thing about an interview talking about like, oh, the Misaki information. You'll find out more about Misaki later, and we never knew anything about Misaki at all. And I'm like,
nope.
in that season, I'm like, oh. So the answer is probably we had a plan for Misaki, but her voice actor moved away, so we kind of didn't have anything else to do.
Vanguard has a lot of plans. People are going to be questioning that evil you all are until the end of time.
Of course. We're still questioning what happened. Where'd it go? Why'd you do this?
If he shows up in Divines at some point with a black leather jacket, okay.
That would just make me
He
question everything. Because it's like, so then why did you wait until, bro? I'm just doing the on head math. If we consider the last time we saw Yu, it has been almost 2 years.
The math's really weird because now said it's been around a year since she taught Akina Vanguard. I don't know what time is anymore.
No, actually, I remember what was. Hold on, let me find the summary. Akina and the others. Let me see if I can find that a thing that Deluxe arc. I remember what was it? Was it Curry? I remember somebody. What was Curry? Oh, I'm trying to find this thing. This was earlier. Sorgan the Deer got a story. Yeah, sure stealth. That was it. Let me find the original wording. It should be like close to episode 1. We got this Karya unit story. I know it's here somewhere. Where are you? Gotta be around here. You can't. How to get all the way to December? Okay, I have to go on actual Twitter. Dang it! I was hoping to actually like find it. Was it here or was it Kairos? Maybe. Yeah, I might have to check Kairos. Besides this man Goonin, yeah. Oh yeah, that was my. What the heck was the wording? What is with these? I don't know what's up with this phrasing, bro. Like, what's going on?
what?
Like, can I knock you the heck up as a warm up? Like, who says that as a phrase?
Oh wait, where was that phrase
That
from?
was what Hikari said to Akina in episode 1 before they fought.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Oh no.
It's like, what was that? That was just like, that's not it.
Are we hitting the fan fiction part of the translations?
But that was the official translation. We're just like, what?
I know.
I actually just can't find it. Because it's supposed to be like somewhere. It's gonna be like somewhere. I wish I could find it quickly. Because it was talking about January 4th, visual story, the anime thing. Is it just gone? Like, someone deleted it?
Maybe.
Because it was a whole thing on Tuesday stream about Akina and the others. I'm just like, where did they go? Yeah, I'm like reaching deep in December.
Oh no.
Checking up. Was it checking up or catching up? Okay. Current speed. I'm really trying to find this. Nope. You know what? I gotta search for Akina itself. Cause I know it's gotta be here, right? I'm pretty sure it's here. I know it's here. I know it's here. Yeah. Before episode 1. So here's a question. What do you think of how they're basically kind of pushing the Akina Now ship?
I mean, I find it interesting. Because, like, it's one of the things you almost never see in this in card game anime ever.
Here we go. I found it.
All right.
Okay. The current situation of Akina and others. About 1 year after the Destined Showdown, Akina is now a third-year high school student, and his younger sister Hikari has entered the same school as the first-year student. Suo and Kuon have also advanced to their third year. Suo, having heard rumors about strong fighters, has been challenging them to fights. Mikoto has become a second-year student, continuing both her idle activities and online fighting without any issues. Now has passed the final exam for professional qualifications and made her long-awaited professional fighter debut. Meanwhile, Hikari, who came from the future, is now known by the name Erika Miojo and belongs to the U team of Saizo Anchorbolt. Yeah, so we're a year after Divine season 2, approximately.
So I'm guessing we're getting the obligatory main character second alpha, and we're getting 2 seasons of Akina in college, or the summer before it.
I mean, I just don't know because I'm like, bro. I'm just more. confused. I'm like, how did we get here?
Like just a random 1 year times jump.
Yeah, just a 1 year time jump. I think what kind of takes me off more is like, dang, we actually just missed. Now becoming a pro. Like we just missed like an important moment like that. That's cool.
No, no. I mean, I guess I could kind of see. I mean, maybe there's a reason for it, right? Like the vines and the word pro has had a bit of an interesting relationship where it kind of sucks and is soul draining. And then Kagetsu comes in with like dead eyes. It's like, wow, man, this guy was such a great pro. It's like, and he just looks dead half the time. It's like, ooh, I don't trust the pro circuit.
Yeah, it's just kind of like.
Yeah, I'm just expecting like 3 months, not like 1 year.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of saying like, so if we say that there, and we say Divine Season 1, Season 2 are basically a year, that's about 2 years past. Because now, Megumi's in college,
Yeah.
and yet, so it's like when, so that's why I'm like, Yu has to come back and look almost somewhat different, right?
Oh yeah.
Because there's just no way he looks the exact same in some way. He's gonna have a new fit, and I'm kind of like, you know what I need? I need Yu to come back and look different. I need him to have like frosted tips or something to kind of like add the blonde from the wig back into his design. Like I kind of actually want him to kind of look more feminine. In all honesty,
right.
Something that's like, he came back, he found himself, and kind of like combines probably like the two aspects of the whole thing, because that's again one of the things I got upset with was just like they just kind of threw that away. I understand why they did it, but it's like because it's like that they're already kind of like messing up ish and like already kind of weird. It's like, do we really have to do this? Like, no, probably not, but it's a lot. It's a whole long thing that could go there. But it's very much like I would like them to actually like commit to the bit in some way. Not the bit, but I would like them to actually commit somewhere in his design that they were planning to do before somebody Kadani stepped in. That's just me though. I'm gonna be pretty honest. That's just kind of a wanted trend at that point. Nothing really. That's just kind of like a dream at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind you returning, even once.
No,
I mean, they can't afford that. They can afford that VA for more than like 2 episodes. Let's be honest.
I mean, they brought Donji back. He's talked more.
True.
Like, so unless
I'm still wondering what Donji's doing in this season.
I mean, the answer is simply he's here because we need someone to be with Michiru while he's recovering, or at least getting ready to come back.
And then we're gonna learn Donji like working with the CIA for a whole other separate thing.
I still don't get what the hell that entire thing is for. I'm still confused. Like, just why?
Like, I think it's one of those abandoned plot threads as well.
Like,
because like they say pretty explicitly that Guy hacked the Pentagon.
again, the only actual legit black man in the show literally got sat on his ass and played video games all day, while the potential fate of the world was not the fate of the world, but like potential like AI like was running rampant.
Uprising.
Like an AI
Yeah.
was running rampant and apparently harming people. He just was off the case, I guess. They were like, nah, we don't need to spend more resource on that. Like at very least if they said like, you know what, you're off the case or we're close the case.
Right, something.
He's like, his best life is Dear Days 2 streamer.
No, I'm gonna laugh. We just see him as like just in the background playing Dear Days 2.
Oh my god, that's how they bring Sam back.
Yeah.
He's gonna be one of Makoto's rivals.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
It's like we brought the, and then he's gonna be, oh man, I'm such a huge fan, and then it's like, oh boy. Like this is so.
Right.
I'm thinking about this more and more. I'm just like, they're going to bring back so many characters or find ways to kind of connect them to other Divine's characters.
For no actual benefit to the actual plot.
Because I'm just like, all right.
Everyone's here for no reason, but
So
they're all here.
It's like, all right. So how are we gonna explain Sophie?
So she's just gonna be cheering in the stands or whatever. That's like a
No.
yeah.
They either need to address what happened or find a way to skirt around it. They need to address what happened in some way, because we do not need a certified freaky.
Right, because in college, right?
That doesn't make it better.
I know. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying they
now is also a college age girl, and they're trying to ship her with a high school student.
They are?
What do you mean they are? I just asked you, what do you think about the Akira Now ship? Not even 20 minutes ago.
For a second. My brain kind of like short circuited.
Oh no, I'm talking about like the creators. Like, we're out here. This. And that's not even to get into the awkward implications of Taiza and Erica. Again, like, you can quote unquote make it an excuse for now in Akina. How are you going to explain literal adults out of college and a child who has a younger version still living, by the way?
Yeah, this whole thing with Erica and Taiza kind of puts a lot of like him visiting Hikari in the hospital. Whole other context. I don't like it.
No, I think that's not the whole awkward thing out of context. It's more of if we do anything weird with that, besides he's just being a mentor figure, we go any further, there's some awkward implications here. And after how Sophie got handled at the end of Will Dress, which is why I'm saying they need to address it, or at least find a way to make it okay for her to explain, do anything with her that might give her a chance of like actually being cool or at least tolerable. You can't go back to back on the potential grooming allegations. You can't do it.
No, I'm sorry, man. DR is cooked. We're getting Cardfight Vanguard. It's over. I'm kidding. Like, throw this season away. The one cop refuses to do anything in this series.
Wait, what did you say?
The one cop in this show refuses to do her job. It's over.
I was like, technically there's two.
Huh?
There's technically two. One of them is
True.
Akina's dad.
Right.
So it's even worse. He won't know his daughter been taken by a grown ass man. He'd be so confused, like, what the hell is going on? He's like, wait, I have two daughters? Wait, one's from the future? Wait, what do you mean she messing with the we have some 50 Shades of Grey over here. What's going on?
What is happening in the Miyato household?
This just became a hot mess. Oh my god. I'm just like, no. It's like, oh god, the implications. Please, no. Just I need Taizo just be the good like adult figure, please. I know what he originally said in Will Dress was a little but please just forget that happened. Forget it happened, please.
I like cute girls and cool cards. Taizo, hoocha!
It's like please, no, I've ruined the franchise.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
I'm not. Listen, I may be right. I'm not trying to foreshadow.
No, I'm saying they were foreshadowing. I'm sorry, Zechs. The end shot of DZ is gonna look more infuriating than the last shot from Digimon 02.
I don't know what the last shot of Digimon 02 is.
You know them, the Digideath dolls are like kids and whatnot. And you just see like Tai and Agumon to the side alone.
I mean, I thought you were gonna say something like, "Oh, it's gonna be more infuriating than like that." The ending of Xenoblade 3 for some people.
Oh yeah.
Like nothing. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, you just kind of cut out there last second.
Oh.
I was like you're just gonna see that picture, and it's like, well, that ruined the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no joke, that's literally what happened to like a associate of mine. She was like, okay, and then she saw that picture, and it's like, well, this sucks. That just killed the vibe completely. And if you know what the picture at the end of Xenoblade 3 is, you know.
I gotta see this. Ending picture. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm. Yep, I see the problem. Oh no. Just oh no. Yeah, it won't be that bad. You're just gonna be asking Bushiroad a lot of questions by the end of Divines.
I'm asking a lot of questions now because of how our conversation went.
Yeah.
Like we've already hit the parts of the time where we had basically Syscon energy.
Yeah.
Not to jump the gun, Gorilla Strategy. Okay, hold on. Let me read the comment. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Very curious how the Vines Only Watchers review the next episode, considering what the matchup is applied to be in the preview. That's a good question.
Probably like they won't care. I'm guessing.
I mean, best case scenario, it's like, oh, that's a cool. I mean, they've already got a detail of who Guy is, so it's not like, oh, they're just kind of lost on
True.
who.
It's also like it's kind of like the problem with like a season like this, right? Like especially if like a ton of people like fell off of like Will like the dress seasons over time, like cool. And like Divine South has its own fan base separate. So Divines were just like, all right, this isn't for us. It's not our episode.
I mean, they'll probably just be like, okay, well, maybe they'll be like, oh, hey, Mireille is actually pretty cool. So she was from that series that everyone said was bad, but she's so cool. Why is it bad then? So maybe I'll go and watch the season she premieres in, because people say that's the best season of that era. So I'll just watch that season, I guess. Learn how she's probably one of the best ring characters in the franchise, and it's like, oh, she'll become
Yeah,
a
but then
fan.
they accidentally watch episode 1 of that season, and then they drop it.
Oh my god. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Let me find. What is that episode specifically titled in the playlist for Overdress? Because I know they combine both together, so I need to see. Oh, it actually. Oh, I forgot. In the dub, they combined both 13 and 14 together.
What?
Yes, they combined Blossom Rain and the first actual episode of Overdress Season 2 together.
And no, just okay.
Okay, let me see what the.
That's so weird.
I mean, at very least, you get it over with. You're not technically done with the episode. Oh no, this is
True.
Overdress. Let's go. What does the sub do with it though? Yeah, it's episode 0 in the sub. Oh wow, that's hilarious.
What's it titled?
No. I'm just laughing because it's like, man, I'm looking at how episode 0 has 490K views of the sub, and episode 1's is a million. Is that a million? And the fall off until Balsagra's reveal, and then it just kind of goes on a solid thing onward. So it's like, okay. But yeah, no, Blessed Rain is by itself, and then Reboot. That is funny that season 2's first episode is technically called Reboot.
That's huh.
I just put that together in my head. I'm like, oh wait, because
Well,
it does feel
they
like a
know.
reboot of the show.
Yeah. Like they're aware.
Like, it was literally like the opening felt like had a new energy to it. The way the show kind of worked had new energy to it. It's like, it really did feel like they just kind of cleaned up everything quickly.
And then they rebooted again for Will Dress.
Except this one didn't work.
Right.
Well, that's a topic for another story. This episode. Not really. It's probably just gonna be a video I'll do later. Anyway,
Yeah.
that is, you know what? That is to kind of add to that. How does it feel that this kind of is just also? Is it gonna be weird that this is basically just gonna be another dress season, basically? But it's like,
Yes.
we can't say it's a dress season because, one, we don't have Yu Yu here, and two, after how we utterly fumbled how we handled Will Dress. I don't think people will be like, this doesn't make sense. Why are we having a dress season in the middle
And
of a whole different arc?
I think the weirdest part about it is that, like, the end of this tournament looks like it's just gonna be Divine's characters anyways.
I mean, that is a possibility, yeah.
Like, unless some crazy twist happens and both Erica and Now get knocked down in the top 8, it's just gonna turn into a Divine season anyways.
Yeah. I mean, the OP kind of like assumes hints that they're having a fight.
Right.
And
like,
we
the
have
dress characters are just industry plants at this point. Get them out of here.
not industry plants. No. Listen, you can't talk about the you gotta put respect on the legacy gas, bro. Even if Bushy didn't do it a year ago.
Bro, it's starting to feel a lot like Gears Crisis. Get these bozos out of here.
No. Oh my god. It really might be Gears Crisis. No. Oh, it's so over. It's so over.
And we're gonna get the exact same thing that happened in Gears Crisis. A bunch of random dress fans are gonna show up like, man, how the hell dare these Divine's characters be my goats? What do you mean Mirai lost to a Divine's character?
No, the problem is Mirai might not lose to the Vine's character. She might lose to the entire reason Dress fumbled so badly. Like, Gi is one of the 3 reasons why Will Dress flopped so hard.
If Gi humbles Mirai out of the tournament day 1, I'm going to scream.
The amount of if it's like, oh, you get one, it's like single elim, and Yi makes it, and Yi beats Mirai, there will be a crash out unheard of.
I need to be here to witness it.
It's like there's just because not only did Bob Sagra lose in a new Bob Sagra lose in her debut, but it was to the AI.
Yeah. Like, it would be hilarious.
One of the most popular characters, one most popular unit, lost to a damn tree. In episode 3. Like, already, there's always gonna be so many things. It's like, ain't no way Mirai got out before Megami. They're gonna be like, ain't no way Mirai Bob Sakura lost to the dang AI. Ain't no way. Like, there's gonna be so many people just like upset of, oh, could you imagine if the card is also just bad too?
Right.
It's like they have been waiting for so long. It'll be like the Eugene players. They have been waiting for so long for the upgrade for their boss, and it's the most mid thing imaginable. Like, again, unfathomed crash out in the community.
I need to witness it now.
It's like I'm not trying to put that evil in the world of just like thing, but I'm just like, we still don't even know how Deluxe is gonna work for like making top cut. So for all we know, this could be like an exhibition match or something.
True, but if it's single elimination, that would be crazy. People are gonna be mad.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so we're just. I mean, it would it's like it would make perfect sense of how we're able to put all these characters together. But at the same time, it's like, are you dead ass?
And then it's like, we already know who our final 4 are going to be. They're about like final 5. Because they're in the front of the poster.
So let's be honest here. Like, we already kind of revealed who's gonna be show up. Which now is like, damn, Suzune.
Which, you know, kind of reminds
Suzune
me
also
about
is
what
now.
I said about tournament arcs, huh?
It's gonna be hilarious because it's like, bro, what if Suzune loses early, is knocked out of the tournament? I don't know what they do.
She's gonna knock Swo out.
That can't happen. That can't happen. Suo has a boss card. He has to make it further.
I'm you, but waifu.
And it's like he can't lose again early in a season.
A new boss monster did not stop Kuon from jobbing out, man.
That was a different context. That was a whole different context. That was quite literally
a new grade 3 does not give you plot immunity in Cardfight Vanguard anymore.
No, the difference was, I mean, it never gave you plot immunity. One of the most powerful cards of all time lost to a literal nothing burger of a boss, remember? The end lost every match. And it was one of the best cards of all time.
Well, yeah, it was the end of Kai's career. I'm gonna let that simmer. Alright.
Oh.
You good?
I was sitting on and reading the comment.
Oh.
I don't think he exists solely to bring out like Michiru and Blackout. They obviously have I hope they have a plan for Kagetsu and for Blackout, because they really do need to give them like a redemption badly.
I'm telling you, Kagetsu's gonna die in it, and then Akina's gonna wear his coat from the flashback.
I wish I had a fade out to the end of the podcast button.
Akina is going to wear the jacket. I'm sorry. Someone's got to wear it.
It's okay. Let's.
Shonen, I am entrusting the future to you, boy.
All right. I guess we just gotta put this. All right. So I don't know how to feel about that, because that just means that, like, listen, I can probably forgive the whole Sybil thing in season 1, but I swear, if the whole thing about Now's master is that he entrusts his legacy and everything to a different nigga, I have to say, y'all actually have lost your damn minds. This is actually just disrespectful. I couldn't. Like, holy cow. At least when Blue Angel got disrespected, it was somewhat believable. I could never. I could never ever take that. That's actually insane.
The jacket has to return somehow. It is clearly related to, like, can get to like being happy back when he was happy and had that brightness in him. He wore the jacket. And now he's seeing himself in Akina. Akina will inherit it and prove and forge a brighter future than Kagetsu did, and Akina will wear the jacket.
But it's like, but he had Donji, he had Megami's brother, and he had Now. But Akina's the one he chooses? That would make me lose. I'd lose my mind because I'm like, in some sort of
Oh,
like
now
passing the torch thing. That would make me lose my mind because it's like not only
we
were
saw
this
now hyping up Akina repeatedly to this man. He's probably like, yeah, I kind of see what she's seeing. Yeah, you know what? Akina's the guy I'm here for.
like I that would that but it's like the if that were to happen, that would be worse than anything. I think that would it wouldn't be worse than Arc 5, but it'd be probably as bad as how Blue Angel was treated throughout Vrains.
Dude, this
Almost.
is Brandon Domon. I don't know what more I need to tell you, man.
But it's like, bro.
It's Rain and Domon. You need to accept the future.
No. This is the wrong series that should take that idea. It's like that is your most popular like you mentioned Ikimari before, but it's like, oh my god, that would be such a negative validation for what the hell just happened. It's like you really just turned her into marketing. You hoard out your character, man. That you,
Wouldn't it be the first time? Wouldn't it be the first time Bushiroad's attempted to do so with someone?
but not this blatant. Like, not this blatant. Definitely not this blatant with a female lead. It's like, damn. Like, come on. Like, you'd even make
Oh, well,
merch of. You'd even make merch of swimsuit Suiko when you had the opportunity to. You had that girl in a swimsuit for how many seasons and you didn't do nothing, but now you just gonna do this to Now is crazy.
if it makes you feel any better, I'm sure Now's gonna get at least some more wins over the course of Divines. Like she won't be jobbing out before the inevitable happens. She will get some wins, but she's not getting the jacket.
I lost it. Oh my
It's his jacket, Mr. Krabs.
but
He is going to be #1.
okay, but now I'm curious. Who are you saying was the character that wouldn't be the first time?
Honestly, Misaki after a while.
Not really. I mean, of course, it was her one unit that got the only figure in Vanguard history, but
I mean, around V, I would say definitely around
I
V
would
though. Like,
I'd argue I'd argue more. I'd argue. I don't want to say argue more like. I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. I was gonna be something like I'd argue Tokuha kind of became more the marketable
yeah,
waifu character,
I can see it.
but then again, Misaki was the first one to get swim swimsuit sleeves. So
But yeah, I'm sorry I have to bring this reality to how this is gonna go. I just had to do it.
I mean, honestly, to be fair, considering how that New Year's over trigger looks. That is the most suggestive artwork in the entire game, in the entire like on actual like cardboard on actual uh products since the wedding mat.
Yeah.
Because I'm like why is she just stance like that?
Right.
It's like
They know what they're doing.
I don't know. I'm just praying we don't actually do that because that might actually hurt worse than anything else Will just did. It's like it really do be like because I could not believe it's like there's no way Bushiroad gets an actual dub. Like this is the it really is like Bushiroad somehow finds like gold characters. They got money printers for characters, design wise or character wise, and they don't know what to do with them.
I think the bigger thing, I don't think it's like not knowing what to do with the character. I think it's more so a case of like, this is Akina's show and it's going to remain his show. He is more like he's on Shin levels of this is my show.
Yeah, but
Like Shin had his name in the title. Akina's like, I don't need the name. This is my damn show.
I mean I know
Yu wishes he had this much this is my show as Akina. Aichi wishes he could go this is my show as hard.
it's I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of a good like allegory for this. Like I was gonna say, it's like when you get an actual right. I guess it is kind of like more chrono. Like it's like, yeah, no, this is your show, bro. We give you
Right.
the keys to the car. Drive it. Drive us to the promised land. Like it's
And
kind of
he's
like you
gonna
you
drive
draft.
it.
It's kind of like you draft a quarterback, and he ends up being a superstar. And it's like, here you go,
Right.
bro. Take us to the promised land. Get us that title, and it's like no one else matters.
It's like I get it, you care about the linebacker, but I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Like everything is going to be in service to Akina's character arc.
I'm sorry.
Everyone else is going to get something. But
Like,
it's his show.
I'm sorry. We got Derrick Henry, but I'm still Lamar Jackson.
Right. And honestly, I'm kind of fine with it personally.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but it's like you can't keep doing it the way you're doing it. If this ends up being the truth, because that's just like a lot of issues. Like
here's where I think we're having this like disconnect. You see it as like a crazy disrespect thing. I'm kind of like, that's neat.
no, okay.
Now
So here's more like what I mean, right? I think the disconnect is more like I'm not explaining what I'm talking about. I think I'm more talking about how it really does feel like a lot of what could be like great character development for these characters is just being thrown away because we either don't have time to develop it or we just are focusing so much on Akina. It's it's detriment to everyone else.
But I also do feel like it's a matter of like the time, right?
Right. It reminds like I just kind of saw this
Mhm.
video, but it reminds me of how Bakugan was after season 1, where basically anyone from the Battle Brawls that wasn't Dan, Shun and Marucho effectively did not matter, even though freaking Alice was the main antagonist of season 1, but never shows up again, except after New Destroyer. Like, none of them show up after New Destroyer except like cameos, but they never fight again.
I mean, you can also compare it to G-Nex, where if your name's not Chrono or Cosma, get the hell out the way.
That's no, that's different. Everyone else had like stuff, but it's like
I
that.
mean, they
You
had
mean
stuff,
You
but
mean
also
GZ
like,
really? Because
right.
because
You know, where she had
after a
like
halfway
Shion
point,
pretend
no
to
one
have
else
stuff.
mattered. No one else mattered except Team Q4, and then Try 3 came in the last second. It's like, oh yeah, we need y'all to kind of wrap this up.
Right, like we gotta pretend Shion was there for like 2 seasons. Shion likes to pretend he was relevant after Stride Gate.
I disagree there.
Bro has a sword. That's cool. I like the mini arc with this team. That's all I can say, really.
Oh, man, I should probably. I should write that down. That's a good idea. Anyway, so what do you think? So, final thoughts on first 2 episodes.
I mean, I kind of like them as like setup episodes.
I do too.
I am curious.
I know we
I'm
kind
curious
of.
to see where these arcs are going.
Yeah, I do too. I know it's kind of like we kind of like went deeper into a whole bunch of other stuff, but yeah, no, I as setups they're good. I'm just kind of like worried about how much time we have because I can't just be like, oh no, we got enough time. It's like, oh no, we actually got 12 episodes. So what the heck have we been doing at a festival for 2 episodes? What? Like the speed, I have issue with going forward. That's the question.
I mean, unless we're getting 2 seasons of the tournament.
Which honestly, I'd be fine with that completely.
Yeah, like I'm fully expecting 2 seasons of the tournament, like maybe like 2 more seasons of like cool arc, you know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry for my dark premonition for how this is going and how he's getting the jacket. Look, we're gonna get a cool Rezael out of it. Trust me, all right. We're gonna get a really cool Rezael out of it.
Okay. Well,
He's gonna have flames.
well, my thoughts are again, I agree with you. Good episodes. I'm just more concerned because of how I feel like the Vine season 2 did kind of just run out of time, and I hope
Right.
that we don't just run out of time and just bumble a lot of potential cool stories because we didn't have enough time, so we just gotta like speed through, right?
Right.
That's always been the problem I've had with the D series anime, and I hope it doesn't keep continuing because we hit such a good stride with Divine season 1, and you know,
I mean, I don't think the problem with Divines is like time. Or like D in general. Like I think the problem is that like the writers plan something out, then like really don't want to do it afterwards. Like it's Oliver Will Dress, where
it's
like they have to completely change course to like, man, maybe this whole thing isn't all that bad after all, just because Yu Yu was looking a little too hardcore for a bit. Dang, this kid's acting real serious and tough and mad now. No, we can't have that. Let's scrub it down. Just down.
I mean,
Like Megumi just has to go and they. Man, why are we so worried about the uniformers, man? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Isn't it, Yu Yu? It's like, yeah, you're right, Megumi. What am I doing? I gotta chill out. Thanks. Let me just send off my entire character arc here. Thanks.
I mean, I guess that goes to be like, oh wait, we can't have that. It's like if these two actually communicate with each other, the plot doesn't work.
Right.
Take her out of it. What? Like it kind of is. That's what I'm just like. That's one of the points I wrote down in my review is of my upcoming review. It's like, man, it's really weird how the two characters that have trusted each other the most just are literally just never able to discuss with each other ever again until it's too late.
Yep.
Like his right hand is just Yu's right hand is just missing, and Tamari is useless. Yu's like his Yu's right hand is missing, Tamari is useless, and where the hell happened to everyone else?
Right.
Like the only excuse they have from Ray is that she lives in a whole different city.
I am so surprised that you even like signed off on Megami being the leader after the mess that happened with the uniformers.
Because she should have been.
Nah.
Because my opinion is she should have been the leader in the first place.
Like, nah, you abandoned the team.
Like, okay, how many characters have done that already? You literally pointed out everybody gets leadership leaves.
Tamari's been a trooper since day one. She's a believer.
A-cap. You
They
can't be
need a team.
you can't be no damn trooper and let your boyfriend just run around town running fades.
Look, maybe
For
we
the
need
ops.
a team mom instead of like 4 dudes crashing out left and right.
Okay, well, when you find the team mom, let me know, because she was not it.
Yeah, she was. Close enough. Team older sister.
That's better-ish.
But like, maybe, like there were some problems in Blackout that need to be realized. Like, I don't know.
There were always problems. No, here's the thing. This should have been when Blackout is the strongest. It's like, you know what? We got it. And this is where they all help you. But everybody just let him sulk for 4 episodes.
And then we get
Straight.
to Divines, and Blackout is just 3 people. Dog, what happened during the Megumi administration?
I just don't think anyone was there at the time. I don't think like Blackout just straight up all disappeared.
I'm hoping if we don't see any more people this season, what the hell happened during the Megami administration?
Because Yamamoto was there in when they were giving invitations. So it's like it's not like the whole team just up and left. So I want to be like, let's not be like, oh, Megami actually broke Blackout up. Was the moment Blackout finally was, people were like, all right, we can go now.
Fair. But it's like that was just like a really awkward shot in that episode. Like just a wide shot with only 3 people there. It's like while they're talking about Blackout's origins, it's like, oh. Like awkward framing.
Yeah. I guess you could say that, yeah, awkward framing. Oh man, I kind of still want to get my point off about how it's just like they really this whole thing about Blackout can leave, Blackout's open for everything, whatever, and then proceeded to actually like stand by that and proceed to
Yeah.
do nothing with that, or rather handle it poorly, I guess. Because like
And
it's
then
true, it's like,
Blackout.
but it's just the awkward thing of, your leader is effectively comatose here. Is anyone gonna talk to him? Anyone? Yamamoto? Because the only
Nope.
other character still left in Blackout is doing nothing. The previous leader is on the hunt for a bald dude.
Yeah.
The other
And the leader
previous
before
leader
that.
is still on the plane from America. Like I get it. Probably Donji probably thinks better. It's like maybe I shouldn't be in Japan for a long time, because if I'm found out, they will ruin everything.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can see. Like, oh, he's there, but even then, like, that's that. My problem is that no one helps Yu. There's no one to help him. He has to figure it out himself. Because anyone who can help him either doesn't do it or can't, and because they're also in the middle of a plot point. It's just like I feel so bad. Honestly, I feel so bad for him because it's like he's trying to figure out emotions with he's trying to self-therapize.
Yeah.
And it's like it takes him fighting with Shirogane to conceptually understand what he's
Like,
supposed to do.
Blackout is more of an idea than a team, I feel like.
Yeah. All right.
Here's that perfect Vanguard group that, doesn't check your background, doesn't inquire about the past. You can join and leave at any time. It's an idea. You're not really competitive at all, so you don't really compete. Like, it's more of it's an idea.
Okay, well.
They're a fight club.
Yeah, I have to go back and kind of think about it, because, like, man. So, all right, I think that is it for today's episode.
Yeah.
We've hit 4 hours again. Like it is.
We've hit our episode quote of Zechs crashing out.
Shut up. Anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Remember, our next episode will be on the 31st.
Yep. Because we have to talk about Franks for some reason.
I feel like it actually is a good idea now, so why not?
Why is it a good idea?
Because I think we've had time to kind of ruminate on how both the world has changed after Franks, and probably like
I've enjoyed not thinking about Franks for my life after it. It's like, nah, bro, we gotta dig up the old wounds.
I feel like us doing it would actually be good. I think
This is therapy for you, isn't it?
Yes. Like, there's two things I want to do on this podcast before the end of the year. One is get one of the things is pretty much just partially use this as a way to finally just like put my feelings out there on things that just kind of ruined my happiness. Franks is up first. Next will be DOA.
Yeah.
Because the 6 is the top 3 worst fighting game story I've ever seen in my life.
Can we just like label these to like T episodes for therapy?
I still need to think of the name of this episode. Anyway, again,
Another one about card games circa, I don't know, January 17th?
Anyway, we will see you all back January 31st for another episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. Thank y'all so much for watching, and
Thanks for
bye-bye.
dropping by.